Good morning, racing fans. Thanks for joining us back here, day 2 of the Fayette County Fair, the racing card day 2, we should say, racing card 2 at the Fayette County Fair here in Washington Courthouse. The weather looks much different than it did well, I don't even know what day it is, middle of last week. For our first couple of days here, it is bright, it is sunny, kind of hot, but hopefully that means the track is fast.
It is, yep. They worked on it last night, this morning again, and after I think we had the school bus derby last night as well as here.
Is that why that's out there in the middle of the
Yeah,
infield?
that's as far as they got them.
Oh, too good.
Yeah.
We do have 12 races coming to you here this afternoon, a mix of 2, 3, and trotters, pacers all the way across the board. And it looks like Doug Ballinger is already going to send us to the post parade of the first.
Division, the Jackie Johns Memorial, total purse of $16,000. This division for $4,000. Alex Hawk will drive the 3. Austin Henners drives the 5. Scratch number 6, Miss Marcia. These are the horses. Number 1, she's a firewoman. The driver, Luke Henners. Number 2, Burning Spirit with Jeff Nicesonger. The 3, Lather Be Blue, Alex Hawk drives. Number 4 is Noble Request, driven by Sean Barker the 2nd. 5 is Annie's Miracle, Austin Henners in her sulky. Scratch the 6, Miss Marcia. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate. Win, play, show, perfecta, trifecta, and early double wagering on the first race.
So Doug kind of beat us to it there. We actually do have betting here. We did not, just kind of it conflicted with another fair is why we didn't have it for day 1. But we are back in betting, but I think Doug is going to push them right on through. So we'll go ahead and take a look. This is the first division of 2-year-old Filly Pacers. Looks like a first of many divisions. This is only going to go for a purse of $4,000. Scratch down to a field of 5. On the rail is She's a Firewoman. Luke Henners in the bike for Mark Winters. This is a roan 2-year-old by Catch the Fire, coming off of a win in the Ohio Sire Stakes. This has been a very dominant filly. I'm going to assume that she's here today because this is home.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
had a
pretty
trainer.
Right. Say as Mark is right here. That win came up at Northfield in the OSS in 154-3. However, another start back at Scioto Downs. She timed 151-3 with a final quarter in 26-4. 3 starts on the year with 2 wins and almost $45,000 in earning.
The 2 is Burning Spirit, Jeff Nicesonger. That's unusual. It's not a Nicesonger Winters combination. He's driving for Brett Swartz, Catch Fire filly. Out of the Art Major mare, She's a Game Major. Hired Guns Racing, Brian Larrick and Racehorse Express. Washington Courthouse here owns 2 starts this year. Was 4th last start back at Wilmington, 2-4 flat.
Alex Hawk is now going to drive the 3, Lather Be Blue, trained by Jason Moore. This is a filly by Lather Up out of American Ideal mare, Nicola Blue Chip. She is owned by CT Stables right here in Washington, as well as Thomas Cave of Campbellsville, Kentucky. She has 2 starts on the year and did notch a 3rd place finish at Ottawa in 2:04-3 with a final quarter in 30-1. Just under $1,000 made on the year, so I'm sure we have plenty of room for improvement.
And the 4 is Noble Request, the only other filly that's got a win this year. Sean Barker drives for Brian Roebuck, trains known as Pandarosa filly. 3 starts this year, coming off of a win at Hilliard, 2-1-2, was 2nd over at Wilmington.
Austin Henners is going to be on the 5. Annie's Miracle, Tom Tetrick does train. This is Summa Cum Laude out of a Cam's Card Shark mare. She only has 1 start on the year, and that was a 2nd place finish. Somewhere I am not familiar with.
Yeah.
I don't know if that, I don't know.
Illinois Fair, maybe?
Somewhere else is the answer. But she was 2nd in 2:06 flat. I just do not know that track to compare it to anything. But our 6 is a scratch. Here is our field of 5 for the first. Doug Ballinger with the call.
Field of 5. Here they come. And they're off. Noble Request out for the lead, 3 wide into the turn. She's a firewoman. Between those two is Latherby Blue. Around the turn, racing forth. Heading on over to the opening 8th is Burning Spirit. Round the turn, now taking a tuck. Noble Request and the Early Trader. As they head up the backside is Annie's Miracle. Field of Pacers, straight alignment. Round the backside for the first time. She's a firewoman. Luke Hanners front the field. 2-0 trip to Burning Spirit second. Latherby Blue third. Fourth is Noble Request, and Annie's Miracle is the Trader. Straight alignment, front to back, 10 lengths will separate the fillies as they race by the quarter in 31 2/5. She's a firewoman, shows the way. Burning Spirit second, Latherby Blue third. Noble Request fourth, and Annie's Miracle close the gap, trails the field fifth. As they pass the stand for the first time and race on over to the half. She's a firewoman. Luke Hanners lead the way. Right there second. Burning Spirit races nose to helmet. 3 off the lead. Latherby Blue first to move, taking a peek to the outside. Sean Barker the second with Noble Request. Annie's Miracle trails the field. 3 in, 2 out. They're halfway home. 103 1/5. They're on their way to the 5/8. She's a firewoman. Will guide them to the backside in the 3/4. Closing with every stride on the outside. Noble Request is on the leader's wheel. Just 3 lengths away is Burning Spirit racing on the outside. Annie's Miracle. To the 3/4 they go. Latherby Blue trails the field with the lead. She's a firewoman. On the outside is Noble Request. They're into the far turn. At the 3/4 in 1:34 1. They circle the far turn. She's a firewoman. Leads the way with a little better than an 1/8 of a mile to pace. On the outside, Noble Request is second. Annie's Miracle. Through the lane they pace. It's She's a Firewoman. On the outside, Noble Request, but coming to the line, She's a Firewoman. Luke Hanners to take the opener. Noble Request second. Annie's Miracle home third. 3 4/5.
2:03 4/5 went off 1 to 9. Probably as expected
Yes.
there. She's a firewoman. That was an easy training mile. I don't think Luke asked anything of her.
He never moved. He let Barker get up to him
Yeah.
halfway down the backside and looked like just kind of gave her head a little bit, and she paced on.
Solid effort, though, by our 4-horse, Noble Request, trained
Yeah.
by Brian Roebuck. I mean, she's been a decent little fair filly by all means, but you have to consider the company that you're in. And like we said, she's a firewoman. I'm going to assume that she's here to stay tight, and because this is her home track, she's going to know this, and
Right.
Mark's going to know this is a safe track as well.
Yep. So, big winner. Last half a minute, 3/5.
Did you get
So-
the opening quarter?
31 2.
31 2.
Looked like everybody kind of peeking out who's going to get the 2-hole trip, and Luke. I saw Luke looking over, and he's like, "Okay, what are you guys going to do?" Then he just went ahead and took the lead. And
Right, I was actually kind of surprised that they challenged her when they did on the front, because there comes a point where you just know the company that you're in, and unless you catch them sleeping, that has happened.
It
That
has.
has happened.
But when she come by here at the half, I saw her ears up, just like she's looking around, and doing it with ease.
I do have across the wire 1 4 5 2.
Yep.
First 4. I guess there's only 5 in the race, so I guess there are 3. Our 3-horse was I believe came
Yep.
across 5th.
So first of 4 divisions for the 2-year-old Payson fillies.
All right, plenty of freshman filly pacers to go around today.
We had what 3-year-olds Payson fillies the other day, full fields of them.
I don't know. The first card we had really 2 divisions of each, except for
Payson fillies.
was it Payson
Yep.
fillies? I couldn't remember. There was one that was bigger than the rest. Here comes Luke
Yep.
with the roan 2-year-old Catch the Fire. She is out of a McCardle mare. She's a smoking lady.
Trace, first division of the Jackie Johns Memorial. For 2-year-old filly pacers for $4,000. Number 1, She's a Firewoman. 2-year-old Rome filly, but Catch the Fire out of the McCardle mare. She's a smoking lady. Her 3rd win in 4 starts this year. Harry Horowitz, Brooklyn, New York. Mark Winters trains. Luke Hanners gets his 3rd winning drive of the week here at the Fayette County Fair. Behind She's a Firewoman. Facing a mile, 2:03 4/5. Results are official. Number 1, She's a Firewoman, the winner. 2, Burning Spirit 4. The 3, Latherby Blue 5. Number 4, Noble Request 2, the 5 Annie's Miracle 3. And number 6, Miss Marsha was scratched. The winning time, 2:03 4 fifths, 31 and 2, 103 and 1, 134 and 1 for 3 quarters. The winner, 220, 220 and 240. 145 try, $13.40.
So that will wrap us up. We're already off to a fantastic start here this afternoon. Going to turn the page now into race 2. Just a couple of changes if you are following along with the program. Thank you all for the catch. It looks like our program was hiding on Harness Racing Update. But here are your note keeping. So head on over to harnessracingohio.com. That program now is live and available free to you to download. Follow along with Jeremy and I all day today. As I said, just a couple of changes for race 2. Austin Hanners is now going to drive the 1, Creating Dreams, and Roy Wilson is on the 5, So Radiant. Up next, race 2, the first division of 2-year-old filly trotters.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
Yep. Welcome back here. Second race, Fayette County Fair, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Jeremy Moore here with Ashley Daly. Hey, we need to mention something.
We do.
We had an issue the other day, and we had to fly in an expert.
Oh,
We had to bring in Jimmy Byers, the professional blanket thrower, to get this right.
no, I spotted him, I don't know, 10:30 or so, and I was like, Jimmy, what are you doing here?
He's in his OHHA swag, and he's ready to go.
He is the best.
Yes.
I hope to have a guest appearance back at Delaware this year.
Oh, yeah?
He did. He threw blankets. I don't remember which day. Maybe it was Jug Day? He threw blankets at Delaware last year,
Yeah.
and I promise you, every picture that Brad Conrad took, perfect, because Jimmy Byers knows how to throw a blanket and make it look nice.
So, yeah, we had to give a shout-out to Jimmy.
Did who asked him to come?
I don't know.
He just shows up?
Yeah.
I'm sure Lisa, I'm sure, was on top of that.
I'm sure she
and
had something to do with it.
Too good. We also, again, Thursday, we actually raced on Thursday. We did.
Yep.
So just a couple days ago on Thursday, we had a rain out, came back for the community night, which is hosted by the local Chamber of Commerce. We actually still had a great turnout, even though it was a day card, and we kind of came back. I'm not sure if this is not the Chamber.
No, they decided last minute, I think yesterday. I think the Chamber's kind of helping them put this on.
Okay.
Just because everything was kind of a wash. No pun intended, Wednesday. Yeah, we got some TVs, got some gift cards and T-shirts and some odds and ends stuff. But so how you get in it is there's no tickets this year. You're betting tickets. You write your name, phone number, address, and all that.
On your losers, right?
On your losers, yep. And that's how you're entered in the draw. So the more you bet, the more chances.
Yeah. Well, you want to say, would you rather be entered into the TV draw lane or make a couple bucks on a winner? I
Yeah.
don't know. Sometimes when they only pay $220, it might.
Might be worth it. Take a chance on a TV.
Right.
But all right, we got the first division of 2-year-old trotting fillies coming up. First of 3, it looks like. 6 of them in this race. I was grooming the one before I came over here.
How'd you get suckered into that?
It's Beatty. He of course, him and Dad grew up together, so yeah, that's how I got into that. And he was supposed to train my colt today, but we're missing a shoe, so
Oh.
yeah, he didn't get, which I'm sure that broke Beatty's heart.
So we'll go ahead and take a look. On the rail, we have Creating Dreams. Austin Hanner is now in the sulky for trainer Bruce Walls. This is a filly by Creatine out of Steph's Dream and Uncle Peter Mayer, owned by Bruce himself and Gina Bowman of Westerville, Ohio. Just 5 seasonal starts for this filly, but she's hit the board 4 times and actually has not missed a check at all. Last start out, however, was she got a check but had a little hiccup. Right out of the gate, she did make a break, ended up 5th at distance. However, before that, she was going quite well. So, 2 back at Wilmington. She was a wire-to-wire winner in 2:05 flat. Final quarter in 30-2. She's made about $4,500 on the year.
The 2 is Repeat. Jason Beatty in the bike for trainer Brian Georges. The Creatine filly, she's owned by Kevin Manley at Beaver Creek, Ohio. 1 start this year over at her home track at Wilmington. She cut the mile, but just got nipped at the wire in 2:7.
Our 3 horse is Tom's Stem Rose, Jeff Nysonger for Mark Winter. So here is that duo
There they are.
that we were waiting for back in action. She is by Long Tom out of a Yankee Paco mare, Smoky Rose Hanover. 4 seasonal starts, has yet to hit the winner's circle, but did have a 3rd place finish, so she's progressively getting better every start. At Lebanon, her last start out, did have that 3rd in 2:08-2. Tom Stem Rose was originally a $6,000 purchase out of the Buckeye Classic and is still owned by Harry Howitz of Brooklyn, New York.
The 4 is Philly Joe with trainer Ty Van Roden in the bike. Enterprise filly out of the Big Victory mare BV Sister. Ty owns with Scott Rooks from Greenfield, Ohio. $3,000 Buckeye Classic yearling purchase. She had 1 start over at Hilliard's the other day. Did make a little break there. So hoping to rebound at their home track. See what she does here for trainer Ty.
Roy Wilson is now slated to drive the 5. So Radiant, trained and owned by April Roach of Eaton, Ohio. This is a filly by Marseille out of I'm an Angel and Archangel mare. Of course, we do not have any lines whatsoever on this filly. No qualifiers, no previous starts, so we are kind of up in the air. But regardless, she was a $5,000 purchase out of the Buckeye Classic. Here is our post parade before we get to the 6 horse.
$51, a field of 6, number 1 Creating Dreams. Drivers change to Austin Anners. Number 2 is Repeat, driven by Jason Beatty. Jeff Nysonger drives at 3, Tom Stem Rose. The 4, Philly Joe with Ty Van Roden. Roy Wilson, the 5, So Radiant. And number 6, Ready 2, Sandy Beatty in the sulky. Win place show. Perfecto.
And the 6, who is 1-2 right now, Ready 2 with Sandy Beatty. Sandy trains for Robert Schertz out of Columbus Grove, Ohio. Ready for Money filly. She's out of the explosive mare Cinnabelle. 1 start this year in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Finished 2nd at Scioto. She trotted in 2-1-3 last quarter and 28-3. Sandy brought her here because I think the next leg is at Northfield. And he said something about Northfield. He's like, I don't want to take her up there. I want to see how she gets around a half. And
Oh, gotcha.
with this being a fairly good half-mile track, so he decided to go that route. bring her here, and brought him by himself.
And so this, and then
So-
this is the one you were
Yeah.
panicking a little bit.
Yeah, he said she can be a little bit of a basket case. A little funny about her head, but she was fine with us in there. But Sandy has his way of doing things, and I wasn't doing it right, so.
Especially how temperamental. I mean, all 2-year-olds. I feel like we've got, it's one way or the other anymore. It's like they're professionals from the start, or they're the basket case.
Yep. But Creating Dreams, now she's even money favorite. Bruce Walls on the rail there. Trotted 2.5 over at Wilmington. Pretty much gate to wire. She likes the front end, it looks like here. Had the 2.16 at Marion, but we'll throw that time out because that track wasn't the greatest that day.
Wasn't that pretty wet? It was pretty sloppy,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think that was when I was gone, so I did not get to watch.
2 repeat, Jason Beatty. She likes the front end too. Jason put her on the front end over at Wilmington. Like I just got nipped at the wire. So we got 6 of them going to the gate. First division, 2-year-old trotting fillies. The Miller Memorial Trot. So, yeah, you have to tell us about your trip.
I know, I haven't talked about it much,
No.
have I? I'm sure we'll have plenty. I have a couple of things to get covered here this afternoon, and because we have betting, we're probably going to draw them out a little bit longer than we did in our first card on Wednesday, which is A-OK. We've got beautiful weather to do such. And who knows, maybe, I'm trying to think of who was all in today when it comes to our 3-year-olds, and we even do have a Terry Holton driving series later on in the card. So because the track is nice and taken care of and ready to go, we might
Get close
get close to
record or two.
some records.
All right, 6 of them behind the gate. Let's turn it up to Doug for the second.
Into the stretch, and here they come. Big run and trotting. Repeat goes right out to the front. Creating Dreams second. Tom Stem Rose, the outside third. Into the turn, ready to. Comes out in fourth. Racing fifth is Philly Joe. And Philly Joe is momentarily off stride as they head to the opening 8. And treading the field is So Radiant. Down the backside they go. Tom Stem Rose jumps it off. On to the opening quarter, Creating Dreams. Austin Hanners lead the way, but 3. Repeat second up the inside. Ready to. Racing third. Tom Stem Rose is fourth. Trotting fifth is Philly Joan. Treading the field, So Radiant. Trotting by the opening quarter, Creating Dreams. Austin Hanners have the Philly Trotters by the opening panel in 32 2/5. Round the turn to the 3/8. Creating Dreams with the lead. Repeat right there second. Trotting third, Tom Stem Rose. Passing the stands first time. Ready to. Then comes Philly Joe, and So Radiant can see them all. They're halfway home. Creating Dreams. Austin Hanners are leader by 2. Repeat is second. Ready to third. Fourth is Tom Stems Rose. Philly Joe fifth. So Radiant trails halfway home, and 104 to the 5/8 they go. Creating Dreams, the 2-year-old Bay Filly by Creatine leads the way, looking for her second of the season. Repeat right there second. Ready to third. Tom Stem Rose fourth. Philly Joe fifth. So Radiant trails the field across the backside for the final time. They're all chasing. Creating Dreams into the far turn. Sandy Beatty ready to. First up, now third, now second, and coming after the leader into the far turn. It's Creating Dreams. 3/4 in 137. Ready to second. Tom Stem Rose is third around the far turn. Little better than an 1/8 of a mile to trot. Creating Dreams has the lead on the outside. Ready to. They're stride for stride. Getting up on the outside is Ready to, and Sandy Beatty. Ready to. Coming to the line. Ready to. We'll take the Memorial Trot. Creating Dreams second. Third, Tom Stem Rose. The time 2:08.
2:08 flat for our first division of 2-year-old Philly Trotters. It was Ready to. She made a nice move and didn't really look back at all, did she?
Beatty, as usual, very patient with these trotters and just kind of eased her up there and got her through the last turn and cut her head loose, and there she was.
We only had two of our fields stay flat in that one, and that was our winner and our second place horse. So our Creating Dreams and Ready To were the only ones that did not have a break, did not have a miscue in that entire mile. I hated when Thompson Rose made a break. Actually, I like the way that filly looks. She ran pretty hard in the first turn.
She did, yeah. She ran about halfway down the backside there and kind of didn't. She must be a little tough once, a little hot-headed or something when she gets going. So I'm going to jump down here and help Beatty. I might even get paid for this one now.
You might get an extra 20 slipped in your pocket.
All right, I'll be right back, Ashley. I'll send Jimmy up.
Oh, so there we go. Jeremy Moore helped out Sandy today, getting this filly ready and on and off the track. It sounded like I was getting a little nervous. He didn't show up till maybe about 15 minutes before, maybe a little bit, maybe about 20 minutes before we went on there. And I was like, Jeremy, can't do me like that. I need to know where you're at. I got a little nervous, but he was back there on the backside trying to get this filly on and off. And here comes Sandy, slowly but surely, looking pretty confident, back into the winner's circle. This makes for this filly's very first lifetime win in just 2 starts. Again, her only purse start has been in a Buckeye Stallion series where she was second at Scioto Downs in 2:01 and 3, and I'd say that Sandy's going to be pretty happy with how she handled this half-mile track here this afternoon.
Back in front of the stands into the winner's circle, your winner of the second Ohio Colt Racing Association 2-year-old filly trot, the first division for $4,951. Number 6, Ready To. 2-year-old black filly, but ready for money out of the explosive Metamare Centabelle. Her first career win, the mile 2:08. On the Robert Sheriff's, Columbus Grove, Ohio. Sandy Beatty trains and drives the winner. Take the first division of the 2-year-old filly trot, the Miller Memorial Trot. The winner 360, 220, and 220, 613 try.
So we are official, but Doug hasn't given us that rundown yet. There we go.
Repeat 4. 3, Tom Stem Rose 3. The 4, Philly Joe 6. 5, So Radiant 5. The 6, Ready To, the winner. The time 2:08. Fractions of 32 and 2. 104, 137. Rechecking 243, 6-5, 1 on the bottom.
Well, we got to see Jimmy Byers in action.
We did, yep.
You got an up close and personal. I didn't see him slip you a 20.
I said something about a tip, and he just laughed.
Yeah, that's about how it is.
Yeah.
Sandy is on our OHHA board of directors, and so listen, if I know that best.
Yes.
Not a bad little mile put in for our filly trotters. Next up, we're actually going to go back to our filly pacers. So race 3 is a field of 5. Currently, I don't have any changes.
Nope.
Neither do you. So we'll make sure we keep an eye on the post parade, but no changes for the third race. The second division of 2-year-old filly pacers, purse of $4,000 even. Join us back here after a quick word with our sponsors.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the Partial Futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Do you love horses and the outdoors? There are hundreds of immediate openings across Ohio for caretakers and grooms. Work with these beautiful animals every day. Health insurance, vision care, prescription benefits, and a retirement plan are available to those that qualify. Help care for these beautiful animals. Immediate openings across Ohio. For more information, visit OhioHorseJobs.com. That's OhioHorseJobs.com.
All right, back here with the third race. 2-year-old Payson fillies. Ashley and I were just talking. We've had some people come up here with their OHHA passports.
I've had lots already this
Have you?
morning. I have.
Well, I was late getting here.
Yeah, I know. I was giving you crap when you walked out to the winner's circle. I said, Jeremy, you can't do me like that. I didn't know where you were at. We got 20 minutes till we go on.
Yeah, so.
I should know how to do my job by now. I wasn't too worried about it. I can handle a few.
Sure you can.
Some days I'm on, some days I'm off. I'm like a racehorse.
Yep, but if you got your passport, make sure you come to the fair, get your passport, come down, get your stamp, and then send it in, or the last fair you're at, drop it off to the OHHA broadcast team.
It's the real deal. It's a fun program. This is just the second year that we've done it. It's free to participate. You quite literally come see us. You can't miss us with Steven's camera or Matt or Chris. You'll see us with the camera or any of the grandstands. Hop on over, say hi, of course, and we'll give you a passport and put some stickers in it. And every time you see us, we'll put a new one. Last year, you just asked who our winner was. Our overall winner was Roy James, who I don't know if he's on this morning. I have not seen Roy at all this year, and I saw him constantly last year. I know he's been at other fairs than where I've been sitting at, but he won a TV.
Okay.
And I don't remember if it's Wednesday and Thursday or just Thursday, but he's going to be hanging out in the Jug Pavilion.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so it's a fun prize by all means, and I think we
Yes.
gave our top 3 finishers.
Okay.
Got some pretty nice prizes, and I think Matt Clark, if he's listening, was trying to get us to have a kids division this year as well.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, that'd
Yep.
be neat. And we was talking about there's a couple guys down here along the fence. I don't know, Steve, if you can get them in the picture. The blue chairs there beside the red blankets. Gary, and I think Mike's the other name. They're at a lot of fairs. My wife, Ellen, who works for Conrad Photo, she met them at Lebden, and they sit up there and they heckle everybody.
That they do.
Yes.
That they do.
Yep,
Where are they from? They told me when I was talking to them at Lebanon. I cannot remember.
I don't remember either.
Ah.
But one of them used to be the track photographer at River Downs, I think.
Yes, he did tell me that,
Yeah.
which is Belterra,
Belterra
now
now.
is known as Belterra.
Okay.
But
So he knows a little bit about what's going on. And
I was just at Belterra yesterday, actually,
you?
last night. Yeah, so Riverbend Music Center is down there, and we had concerts. We really like Zach Top, if anybody's listening and knows who that country artist is. He's a young guy. Very 90s country sound, and that is what I grew up on. That's what my
Yes.
mom listened to. And so it is still, like, that's pretty much all I listen to. And he was an opener for Dierks Bentley, and I knew I had to be up here and work this morning, so we didn't even stay for Dierks.
Oh, yeah.
we parked at Belterra, walked across to the music center, hung out for about an hour and a half, listened to him, and drove home.
Hey, that was worth it.
The Clyde Tuffy Martindale Memorial, Field of 5, number 1. Late Night Moon Dance, driven by Dylan Fagan. Carson Conrad, drivers change at 2. Twin B Malibu, Carson Conrad. Austin Henner's driving a 3. It's Nacho Turn. Jason Beatty, the 4. Crosswinds, Susie Q. And rounding out the field, number 5, My Western Home, Trent Thorpes Jr. in Ursalki.
So I had finishing thoughts on Belterra, and then I lost them as we went to post parade, and I have no idea. Shoot.
Yeah. We
Maybe
started,
I'm
we
gonna
started
say-
off with the track photographer there, then we kind of got to your
Yeah, I have
music.
no idea. We'll talk about a lot of things through the next 12 races we have here today. But we'll go ahead and take a look at this field of 5, the second division of 2-year-old Philly Pacers. This is the Clyde Tuffy Martindale Memorial. Like I said, a purse of $4,000. On the rail, we have Dylan Fagan in the bike for Brett Schwartz. Late Night Moon Dance. This is a summa cum laude out of a well-said mare Addie Girl, owned by Hired Gun Racing here, Washington Courthouse, W. Bean of Sabina, and Racehorse Express of Washington Courthouse. Just one lifetime start at Wilmington, so I got to see this one. Did have a 5th place finish, though, so still in the money, but 2:04 and 3 for her mile there.
The 2 is Twin B Malibu. She'll get the services of Carson Conrad for trainer Ryan Miller. Down by the Seaside filly out of the Western Ideal mare, Paisley Hanover, owned by Miller Racing Stable, R. Miller, J. Banky, and W. Rufinak. We'll go with that. Just has qualifier over at Hoosier Park. Paced her mile 59 and 1, last quarter 29 and 3.
Our 3 horse is It's Nacho Turn. Austin Hanners in the bike for Todd Luther. Another summa cum laude out of a rock and roll heaven mare, Nacho Mama Blue Chip, owned by Greg Luther Racing of Black Lick, Ohio. This filly did start in the Buckeye Stallion Series her last go out at Northfield. Oh, there's Doug yelling at me. Did start in the BSS her last start out, but was just out of the money. Looked like she raced kind of tough though. Made a move 3 wide, but finished 6 in 157 and 3. Before that though, at the fairs and the Meadows, she was on a 3-win streak, so she can get it done. Her first win at the Meadows was a maiden. She went 156 and 2 there.
The 4 Crosswind Susie Q, Jason Beatty aboard for trainer David Elliott. Crosswind Standardbred Farms owns the Western Fame filly. 3 starts this year, coming off a couple of third-place finishes at Lebanon and Wilmington. Both of those pacing 2-3 and some change.
Rounding out the field, in the 5, Trent Tharps Jr. trains and drives My Western Home. This is a Western vintage, a bay. She is out of a $1 million cam mare, My Marie. She only has 2 starts lifetime, knocking on the door. Both those starts, she's had 2nd place finishes. Here is Doug with the call.
And her off and pacing. It's Nacho Turn right out for the lead. Up the inside, Twin B Malibu, Carson Conrad, going to get the 2-hole trip. My Western Home on the outside, marching right on to the front. Late Night Moon Dance comes out in 4th, and Crosswinds Susie Q trails the field. Down the backside, going to the opening quarter. Trent Thorpe Jr. and My Western Home. Giro Bay Philip Western Vintage shows the way. They race across the backside, but not for long. It's Nacho Turn. Austin Hanners has the lead. My Western Home now will get the 2-hole trip. Racing 3rd, Twin B Malibu. 4th is Late Night Moon Dance, and trailing the field, Crosswind Susie Q. Opening panel in 31 and 2/5. Round the turn to the 3/8 they go. It's Nacho Turn has the lead by a length. My Western Home is 2nd. Twin B Malibu 3rd. Late Night Moon Dance is 4th, and Crosswind Susie Q trails the field front to back. They're separated by 7 lengths. It's Nacho Turn at the half with the lead. My Western Home 2nd. Twin B Malibu 3rd. 4th, Late Night Moon Dance. Crosswind Susie Q trails halfway home in 103. To the 5/8 they go. It's Nacho Turn. 2-year-old brown filly by Zuma Kalade leads the way to the backside. My Western Home right there 2nd. Twin B Malibu 3rd. Late Night Moon Dance is 4th, and trailing the field, Crosswind Susie Q as they near the 3/4, moving to the outside. First to move, Carson Conrad. Twin B Malibu into the far turn. It's Nacho Turn will guide him around the far turn. My Western Home 2nd. 3/4, 134 and 1. Twin B Malibu 3rd. Late Night Moon Dance 4th. Crosswind Susie Q trails the field. They come to the top of the stretch. It's Nacho Turn turning for home, leading the field by a length and a half. Racing 2nd, My Western Home. Coming to the line, it's Nacho Turn. My Western Home 2nd, home 3rd. It's Nacho Turn. 203 3/5.
203 and 3. It's Nacho Turn. Once the dust settled a little bit, My Western Home wanted the front, got the front, but Austin was like, that's not happening.
Yeah, no.
He popped right back out and took control of the fractions.
And when I noticed the first division, we had, Mark's really good filly, and they started coming at her right here,
Yep.
and they left him alone till the last quarter. And so, yeah, I thought that was kind of odd, but
No, but still the 5. So I do have 3, 5, 2 unofficial across the wire, but our 5 horse still put in a very nice effort. Like I said when I introduced It's Nacho Turn, she did take a step up into the Buckeye, and I mean she just has some wicked fast miles. In comparison to my Western home, it's really just been at fairs. Like has a couple qualifiers in her belt, but she's just a little fair pony. But she's doing good. I mean, she's knocking on the door. That makes 3 starts for her, and all 3 have been second place finishes. So she'll get there eventually. But that does not take away from our winner today. That was under cruise control.
yeah. And something we didn't talk about the other day is they're all getting points for the fair finals.
Good point, yeah.
As long as they nominated. So, yeah, second place finishes.
We'll still get you there.
Get you there, or the consolation. Yep.
This is for It's Nacho Turn. This is her 5th lifetime start, and 4 of those have been wins. Austin has been in the bike. This is his 3rd start with her. So he's pretty familiar, of course, with some of the Luther mounts.
Yeah.
The second division of the 2-year-old filly pace, the Clyde Tuffy Martindale Memorial. Number 3, It's Nacho Turn. The 2-year-old brown filly by Zuma Kalade out of the Rock and Roll Hanover mare. Nacho Mama Blue Chip. Rebel Midland Acres. Todd Luther trains. Austin Hainers in the Socky. You see the mile, 2:03, 3/5. Here's where they finished the 3rd, number 1, Late Night Moon Dance for number 2, Twin Bee Malibu, 3, It's Nacho Turn, the winner. Number 4, Crosswind Suzy Q, 5, My Western Home, 2, the time 2:03, 3/5. Fractions of 31 and 2, 103, 134 and 1. Top down reads 4, 3, 1, 5, 2 on the bottom. 4th race up next.
So we got 3 down, 9 to go? We are moving right along. That's what we like to see.
This next race is pretty important. Race 4 is going to be our first division of 2-year-old colt pacers, but it is also the Wayland Winners Memorial Race. Nice field of 6 for this one.
Yep, we'll take a look at that as soon as we hear a few words from our sponsors.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as branded by Lindy, Jug winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
All right, back here for race 4, first division 2-year-old colt pace. First of $5,218. We got 3 division of pacing colts today. Ashley's busy doing the passport. Had a youngster come down, and seeing what it's all about. Trying to get her at more races here. So I tried to get Jimmy to come up and do an interview, and he said I don't do interviews. But we're still going to try to work on him a little bit because Jimmy's very comical. If anybody knows Jimmy, he's good for a laugh or two. So there you got a youngster, didn't you?
I was filling out passports.
That's right. So
It's been, continue.
told him that I told Jimmy he needed to come up here to do an interview with us.
Yes, he does.
He said he don't do interviews, but I know if you go down and ask him, he'll come up here.
I did, funny enough, because he does not. I love Jimmy. Jimmy is my neighbor. Like, I grew up, he lives 2 houses down from my mom. And my grandpa is actually who introduced him into harness racing.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of a backstory to why, Jimmy Byers, we're so close with him. But long story short is we got him there at Delaware, and we did an interview. He did not want to do it, but we did it. We got one with him last year. He's a hoot and holler.
He is, yeah. I've got a video of him because when his horses race, he puts in as much effort into the race.
Yes.
He's jumping up and down, hollering, and everybody just stands there. We're all used to it now.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's Jimmy.
There is no one who will enjoy a win. I mean, it could be any race. I mean, it's your normal 5-claimer, your non-winners of 1, doesn't matter.
No.
And he soaks up every single second of it. It's wonderful.
Yep. So, all right, let's go down the 4th race here before we get to post-parade. The 1 is True Intention. Carson Conrad getting the drive for Steve Carter. Carson also owns with Charlie Miller and Carter Conrad. Well Said Gelding out of the Admiral's Gallery mare My Immortal. 2 starts this year, had a 3rd over at Wellston there last week. 2:13. That was an off track there. We'll throw that one out. Did pace 2.5 and 4 over at Circleville. Qualified 2-1 and 3 at Scioto last quarter 28 and 2.
Dougie Flynn is horse 2. Trent Tharps Jr. is going to drive for himself here. This is a brown gelding by Fool Me Once out of a Kilowatt mare. You Look Hot, owned by James Cargo of Morrow, Ohio. 2 seasonal starts for this gelding. Did I say filly? I don't even know. Gelding. This is going to be the 3rd start. Has yet to hit the board. Hours made a little bit of money. His first 2 purse starts, he did have 2 4th-place finishes, has made $839 so far. This is a homebred for James Cargo. Would you like me to continue with the horse 3 so you can get your bearings?
No.
Okay.
Doug asked me if I wanted to announce today.
Oh, well, what'd you say?
Not today.
Not today?
No.
You're probably pretty tired, aren't you?
Yeah, like I say, I've about 1 or 2 yesterday by the time I got up.
Because you had to do your real job.
My real job, yes. Yep. And I did get a 20-minute power nap. I put the truck behind the barn this morning. I'm like, because I was screening the track for Brett, and I was falling asleep screening the track.
I would say, does that 20-minute nap help or make it worse?
No, it did. For me, it does.
Okay.
I just woke myself up snoring. So, the 3, let's continue on. The Town Mailman with Luke Hanners, trainer Craig Bowman, Mark Kaluna, owns the Well Said Gelding out of the Pet Rock mare Highway to Rock. Has 4 starts, 2 wins, a 3rd, over $5,400. Took Mark at 2-1 and 4 over at Circleville. Did pace in 2 minutes and 1 over at Wilmington, just getting beat at the wire.
Our 4-horse Austin Hanners drives for Brett Schwartz. Just a Legend is a bit of a legend out of an Art Major mare owned by Steven Sexton of Xenia. It's actually bred by Midland Acres. Midland Acres is right here in this county, right?
Yep.
Didn't know how far away it is from the fairgrounds.
Probably
though.
about 8 miles outside the city here.
Not far.
Yeah,
not far at all.
Yeah.
So Just a Legend, bred by Midland Acres, was, however, a $7,000 purchase out of the Blooded Horse sale. 3 starts so far on the year for him, and did notch a 2nd place finish 2 back at Wilmington and won 58 and 4. Here is the post parade.
Old colt pace. Total purse 15,654. This division for 5,218. The 2025 Wayland Winter Memorial Race. Upfield is 6. Number 1, True Intention. Carson Conrad drives. Number 2 is Dougie Flynn. Trent Tharps Jr. 3D Town Mailman with Luke Hanners. Just a Legend of 4 with Austin Hanners. Here's the 5. Paris is Fire, driven by Colton Noble. And number 6 is Jerry's Up. Alex Hawk in the sulky. Horse to take 1 score and go to the.
I pretty much finished my thoughts on the 4. So.
Okay. The 5 is Paris's Fire with Colton Noble. For trainer Christy Noble, Dennis owns the Fear the Dragon gelding out of the Pet Rock mare Lima Ooh La La. That'd be a fun one to try to announce. One start this year, made a break in the Sire Stakes up at Northfield there last week. Don't know what happened, but he's had a couple breaks in qualifiers. So Danny did get him. No, actually, Colton's the one that got him qualified. 57
Oh, good catch. Yeah, good catch.
And then put Dad back up, and he's run with him every time. So let's see if Colton keeps him pacing this time.
Colton's back in the bike today.
Yeah.
Our 6 horse, and leaving from the far outside, yes, we score 6 wide here at Washington Courthouse, is Jerry's Up, Alex Hawk in the bike for Earl Owens. This is another duo that we will see often. This is still a colt by Lather Up, owned by Colin Johnson of Hamden, Ohio. Just has one lifetime start, and that just came some time ago at Wellston just last week. Did have a 4th place finish in 2:13-2. However, you said that track was a little off that day, right?
It was.
No more qualifiers or anything for Jerry's Up after that, so that is the only line we have to go off of. He was a $10,000 purchase out of the Ohio selected sale.
So the Hanner brothers are our 2 favorites right now, 3-5 and 9-5. I wonder how Austin better. You guys grew up together, didn't you?
Yeah, so Luke's pretty close, similar in age. I think
Okay.
I'm a little bit older than Austin, and so Luke might be, what, two or 3 years younger than me?
Yeah. So how competitive are they?
Well, funny enough, I was walking out of here after our card on Thursday, and Austin was having a conversation, so I wasn't going to interrupt him. And he's like, "You're just going to walk by me and pretend you don't know me?" And I said, "Oh, you were having a conversation." I said, "Your brother's kicking your butt, isn't he?" He said, "Yeah, that's not how it used to be at all, and it is now." So it bothers him. It absolutely does, yeah.
Well, I looked at the cards that Scioto passes out because Ellen's had a few.
They're
of
little
them.
trading cards this year?
Yes. And I saw Luke has more career wins, but Austin's got more lifetime earnings.
Gotcha.
So a little bit trade-off there.
Luke went east, 2 or 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
He's been back in Ohio for a couple of seasons. But he really learned a lot and did some damage out east. I think he was at Yonkers. I think it was somewhere around
He was
Yonkers.
all over.
I say he probably moved quite a bit. But he learned a lot. He really did. Luke is 24. Austin is 20. I think he's 26 maybe. I'm 27, so I think Austin turned 26 earlier in the year.
You guys are babies compared to me. Yep, Austin's 26.
So, but two that get it honest from their dad and their mom. Their mom's still training, has some nice horses. Yeah. She had a very nice 2-year-old that's now 3. It's coming back pretty well as well. And so they get it honest.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the Smith brothers. I know they're really competitive.
Which are cousins with the Hanners. It's a whole family affair, that is for sure. We can talk about that in just a little bit, but let's give it to Doug. They are rolling for race 4.
Deep up and pacing the town mailman going for the lead. True Intentions from the inside. Just a Legend will take a tuck third as they move into the turn. Off stride went True Intention. Off stride is Dougie Flynn. On the outside, Jerry's Up. And second to last as they head up the backside, that's Paris's Fire. Going on over to the opening quarter. The town mailman, Luke Hanners, show the way. They lead the way by 3. Brother Austin right there second with Just a Legend racing third. Jerry's Up to the opening quarter they go. Colton Noble, Paris's Fire is next. Racing by the opening quarter. Dougie Flynn and trailing the field. True Intentions to an opening quarter and 30 3/5. They race around the turn. Showing the way, the town mailman by a length. Just a Legend right there second. A break of 5 to Jerry's Up third. Off stride fourth is Paris's Fire. As he passed the stand for the first time. Dougie Flynn is second to last. And trailing the field is the half is True Intention with the lead. The town mailman. Just a Legend second. Jerry's Up third. Paris's Fire fourth. Dougie Flynn fifth. True Intention trails through a half and 101 2/5. On over to the 5/8 they go. The Town Mailman and Luke Hanners will guide him to the backside and the 3/4 mark, but right there, Just a Legend is nose to helmet. Jerry's up his third. Paris is Fire fourth. Racing fifth. Dougie Flynn trailing the field. True Intentions are at the 3/4. They move into the far turn. The Town Mailman has the lead. He has it by a length. Just a Legend racing second. Jerry's up third, 3/4, 1:33.1. They circle the far turn and come to the top of the stretch. The Town Mailman with the lead. Here comes Just a Legend. They're off the turn. They're on their way home in the Wayland Winners Memorial. With the lead, the Town Mailman coming to the line. The Town Mailman. Luke Hanners gets his second winner on the card. Just a Legend second. Going to be tight for third. Either Paris's Fire or Jerry's Up. The time 2:02.
2:02 for our 2-year-old colt pacers. It seemed like a pretty easy mile there for our 3-horse, the Town Mailman. I remember this horse, I'm pretty sure it was him because I remember that name. It was a little one that you can sticks in your mind.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was Salina or Urbana he matineed at, and I remember watching this horse go.
Yeah, probably Ronnie Gillespie probably drove, 'cause that's who drove first 2 starts. And then Roy Wilson picked up the drive at Wilmington, and Luke was on him over at Hilliard's the other day. So, yeah, Luke looked pretty comfortable going to the half.
Well,
here.
you see, he looked leaning back here.
Doing a little styling,
And I'm gonna say,
profiling.
there was another win on his brother, but we won't remind Austin of that. Austin finally, though, he did pick up his first win of the meet in that last race, but this win makes for 4 on the meet for Luke and 2 on the day.
So I watched the Paris's Fire. It looked like every time he got up beside a horse, he run.
Oh.
He got through the first turn mess pretty good, but then both times he run, and then Colton kept him wide here at the wire, got him away from, I think it was Alex. Make sure he stayed away, stayed pacing. So a little bit to figure out on him.
See, sometimes it can be a confidence thing, especially, passing horses like that. But here comes Luke back to the winner's circle. This is the 2025 Wayland Winners Memorial Race. Plenty of people have showed up. I hope Doug says a couple of words. We lost Wayland very young, just a couple of years ago. Of course, his family trains right here at Washington Courthouse. Mark Winters Sr. is his grandpa. Mark Winters Jr., of course, is his dad with Candace. And I'll pass it over to Doug.
The winner of the 4th race, the 1st Division Ohio Colt Racing Association 2-year-old colt pace, the 2025 Wayland Winners Memorial, as we celebrate the life of Wayland Winners. Family and friends in the winner's circle for the Wayland Winners Memorial. The winner of the 3, the Town Mailman, the 2-year-old Bay Girl, son of Well Said, out of the Pet Rock mare, Highway to Rock, 3rd win of the season. Mark Kalina, Columbus, Ohio owns. Craig Bowman trains. Luke Hanners in the sulky. Luke gets his 2nd winning drive of the day, his 4th of the week here at the Fayette County Fair. The Town Mailman, Luke Hanners, take the 2025 Wayland Winners Memorial. The winner 420, 210, and 210. 3-4 exact is $7. 3-4-5 try.
Brad Conrad had his work made out for him.
Oh, yeah.
So many people showed up in support. How wonderful is that?
Yep.
And with matching shirts, even
Yes.
better.
Yep.
Did they do that last year too?
They did. It was gray shirts last year, I think, with the blue lettering.
And I believe the speed office was dedicated to Wayland last year as well. Does
Yeah.
that sound right?
Yep, big sign over there. I don't know if Steve can get it zoomed
2,
in sometime
Dougie
there,
Flynn,
right above the
5.
starting gate.
3, the Town Mailman, the winner. Number 4, Just a Legend, 2. The 5, Paris is Fire, 3. Number 6, Jerry's Up, 4. The time 2:02. Fractions of 30 and 3/5. 101 and 3, 133 and 1.
So, yep, over top the starting gate there on the speed office is a big sign. Waylon Winters speed office. And then Lisa had to make sure she got a little concrete horse out there to match the speed office there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that will do us for the first division of the 2-year-old colt Pacers. Going to set us off on a good leg. We are officially 1/3. 1/4? 1/3.
1/3.
How many are there today?
There's 12 today.
There's 12 today.
Yep, we're a third of the way down.
Through the card. Next up is race 5, another field of 6, the second division of 2-year-old filly trotters, a purse of $4,951 coming up next. Join us back here shortly.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Make summer memories this year at the Ohio County Fairs. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association will be live streaming every race this year, and we want you to be there. Be a part of the excitement with the 2025 Ohio County Fair Racing Passport. Stop by the OHHA broadcast location in the grandstand to pick up your passport and stamp. Get stamps at every fair you attend. Prizes will be awarded to those that attend the most racing programs. Get your passport at the first fair you attend or call the OHHA office at 614-221-3650. Harness Racing, the fastest ride at the fair.
All right, back here for the 5th race, second division, 2-year-old trotting fillies. Beatty won the first division.
What did we go in? Our fillies didn't go too fast on us.
7, 2-8.
I think it was 2-8 flat.
Yeah. But here, everybody gets a blanket, so they actually had.
Oh, so it doesn't matter for divisions? That's
nope,
great.
They actually had more sponsors than they did races today.
Really? And so, why is that? Who's working? I have an inkling on who's working on that, but
well, the Wednesday card takes care of itself.
Okay.
Because that's the community night.
Yeah.
The businesses, they pony up quite a little chunk of money for it, for that sponsorship. So that's covered Wednesday, and then usually Saturdays the memorial races and whatever they've got left. But yeah. I think it's the second or third year she's had more sponsors than.
So I haven't really been able to see the blankets, but I'm going to say it probably says a memorial race on them. So each blanket is sponsored by the family or, okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
So the 5th race here, 6 2-year-old trotting fillies. Starting from the inside post, Can. When I did Wilmington, this is the only horse I kind of had fun with the name because I was so intense just doing the race. When she come across the wire, I think I said something like, can find a wire? Yes, she can. So I did have a little bit of fun with this one. Jeff Nicehonger drives for Mark Winters. Marcel filly is owned by J.R. Stables. Out of the Dilbert Hanover mare. DW's Jasmine, homebred for them. 4 starts this year, 2 wins, the one at Wilmington, and then she also won at Circleville. She did try the Sire Stakes there last week, but she flew into the Nancy Tactor filly that trotted a 53-3. So she trotted in 57 flat and did end up with a check up there.
I say 57 flat still. I know that we're a little warped in our views now because of how fast things go, and that used to win the final by far. So she's still a very nice trotting filly, but it is hard when you don't know what the company is beside you.
Yeah.
Our 2 horse is All About Hope. Jason Beatty listed for Tyler Tinch. This is a filly by What the Hill out of Batana, a DeJombro mare owned by Blaze Racing of Cincinnati, Ohio. She was a $10,000 purchase out of the Ohio Selected. 5 seasonal starts, has yet to have a win, though. She has notched a couple third-place finishes, most recently 2 back at Wilmington. Despite a second-tier start in the 6 hole and making a break, she did come back for a third-place finish in 2:10 flat. And, well, she went a little bit faster at Lebanon, probably because it's a touch faster track, but did make a break there as well.
The 3, Lemon Ginger, Austin Hanners in the bike for trainer Mike Polhamus. Trojan Standardbred LLC owns. We'll finish up here after the post parade with Doug.
Ohio Colt Racing Association 2-year-old filly trot, the Uncle Bobo Memorial, $4,951, a field of 6. Number 1 is Can She Can. Jeff Nicesunger drives. Number 2, All About Hope with Jason Beatty. The 3, Lemon Ginger, Austin Hanners driving. Charles Bolin will drive the 4, Razzleberry Delight. 5, Dublin's Louise with Alex Hawk. And number 6 is Princess Mission, Roy Wilson in her sulky. Horse to take 1 score.
Lemon Ginger, I gave the horse, the driver, the trainer, the owner, and that's all we got on there. First time starter for Lemon Ginger.
Our 4, Chucky Bolin in the bike for Mark Winners, Razzleberry Delight. This is a black filly by Creatine. She has 4 seasonal starts, one that is, again, knocking on the board. She hasn't had a win, but she did have 1 second-place finish and 2 thirds in those 4 lifetime starts. Most recently at Lebanon, she was 3rd in 2:05.1. Razzleberry Delight was a $30,000 purchase out of the Ohio Selected for Benjamin Black of Union, Ohio.
The 5 is Dublin's Louise. The Alex Hawk, Earl Owings combination again. Richard Owings owns the Enterprise filly out of the Cantab Hall mare, Little Havana. First start last week at Wellston, first win, 2:18.1. Picked up almost 3,000 that day. Must have been, because they had Mike Sowers down as trainer last week. So maybe they private purchase or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm going to say I wasn't at Wellston, so I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But she originally, whoever bought her, she was just a $5,000 purchase out of the Blooded Horse sale. So if she makes any money today, she almost pays for herself.
Yep.
Rounding out the field, our 6 horse is Princess Mission. April Roach owns and trains Roy Wilson in the bike. This is an Enterprise filly out of Princess Fortune, a Max Crown K mare. Another one that we do not have anything on. No prior starts, no qualifiers, but she was a $4,500 purchase out of the Buckeye Classic.
So we got 2, the All About Hope, the Blaze Racing Company out of Cincinnati, Brent Sexton. Kind of him and his dad heads that up. Brent's talked to us a few times last year.
He did. He was wonderful to talk to.
He was. I think this is the filly I put my
Your life on?
Yeah, no. I'm starting to struggle. My 360 camera at the matinee out here.
Oh.
But like I said, I couldn't get it off of the camera and still keep the 360 capability. So we just kind of scrapped it. That was still a test run. But he emailed me a couple times. Hey, you got that? I'm like,
oh,
sorry,
didn't work out. Yeah. That's one thing. Steven could say this before the rest of us, and Matt, I'm sure he's listening too. There are plenty of things that we give a go at and we're going to have to scrap because it does not turn out the way that we were really hoping it would turn out. But and then the Blaze Racing Go, they're a really fun story and just a great group of people. And Brent has really, from the Lebanon area, was working very diligently with the Warren County stuff. And he's just been fantastic every time that he's reached out to us.
Yep. And then, so I've got another project I'm going to start, and maybe I think the OHHA if we can get on board, or if they can get on board
Here we
with
go.
this,
I hope Susan isn't listening.
no, I will do most of this. I just need Steven.
Oh,
He's the person I need. So I like watching old professional wrestling stuff. I love listening to those
Do you
guys
really?
talk. Yes.
Okay.
And they've started a thing, like a round table discussion. They have 4 or 5 of them, just talking about the old times and stuff. So I'm gonna get a group from Fayette County here, some of the old timers, just sit around and tell stories. And maybe we can post that on the Facebook and the YouTube page, try to go to different counties and get.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
something I was thinking about 2 o'clock last
The
night.
tradition is so strong throughout this entire sport, right? Any of our viewers, we're not going to have to tell them that. Roger Houston, of course, is Roger Houston. He's the voice, but he has so many stories, and he's just one of how many that, like, I don't want to ever lose that.
Yes. Yep.
But on to better things, on to happier things, we should
There we
say.
go.
Here is Doug for the call of the 5th, the 2nd division of 2-year-old Filly Trotters.
Big rough and trotting, she can, going for the lead. Deblin's Louise on the outside, all about hope. Racing between horses will take a tuck as they move into the turn. Racing on the outside, Razzleberry Delight. Second last is Princess Mission, and trailing up field is Lemon Ginger is ahead up the backside. Trotting on over to the opening quarter, all about hope is off stride. Down the backside they trot. Can, and Jeff Nightonger show the way. Razzleberry Delight right there, second. Racing third, Dublin's Louise. Fourth is Princess Mission, racing fifth. All about hope, and trailing a field, Lemon Ginger. Opening quarter was trotted in even 32 seconds. They race around the turn. Can has the lead by open lengths. Razzleberry Delight is second. Trotting third, Lublin's Louise. Princess Mission next in fourth. All About Hope is fifth, and trailing a field, Lemon Ginger. Passing the stand for the first time that come to the half. Nightonger and Can lead the way. Razzleberry Delight is second. Dublin's Louise third. Princess Mission is fourth. All About Faith is fifth, and Lemon Ginger can see them all. They're halfway home in 102 and 4/5. On over to the 5/8. Can by about 8 lengths. Second is Razzleberry Delight. Trotting third, Dublin's Louise. Princess Mission fourth. All About Hope is fifth. Lemon Ginger trails the field. Across the backside of the 3/4. Can. 2-year-old Bay Philippe Marseille has the lead by a dozen. Razzleberry Delight is second. Princess Mission is third. Dublin's Louise is fourth. All About Hope fifth. And Lemon Ginger continues to trail 3/4 in 1:34 and 1. Little better than 1/8 of a mile to trot. Can by 12, 13, 14. They're off the turn. She's on her way home. It's all can. Jeff Nightonger gets his first of the day, his 5th of the week here at the Fayette County Fair. Razzleberry Delight will finish second. Dublin's Louise third. All About Hope fourth. Fifth, Princess Mission. The time 2:05.
Quite a bit faster than our first division, at least. I think our first division, what did we say, 2:08?
2:08, yep.
And we just knocked 3 whole seconds off of our second division. Can. She did. She did.
Yep.
Trotting machine out there.
She was. Looked good doing it. And yeah, she's kind of supposed to trot that mile here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I knew she was doing some trotting that second quarter. Second quarter and 30 and some change. So, yeah. And Jeff's like, whoop, hang on a second here.
She was bred and still owned by J.R. Stable of Orion, Ohio. That is made up of Kathy Ratcliffe and Jerry Zozell. How do I know that? Because we've owned, or they have owned with us for ages and ages and ages. They've got some nice horses this year that have made their debut. They're 2-year-olds, I should say, that have made their debut in the Sire Stakes. So happy to see them doing well with Mark, of course.
And they are the owners of the only Down by the Seaside Trotter. Is that correct? Are they the ones that own Doc's Boo Boo?
I don't remember, because didn't Jeff have that?
No, Mark started with her.
Okay, and Jeff drove her. Is that why
Yes.
I'm remembering that? Okay.
And little Marky's got her now.
I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah. Facebook will tell.
I
So
say maybe.
yeah, somebody will let us know.
It's on USTA, but we'll maybe look at our Facebook comments. I forgot about that mare. She's what, maybe 5 now? A little bit older. Doc's Boo Boo, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here is Jeff Nysonger. First win of the day, 5th of the week. And Jimmy Byers doing a fantastic job making sure that blanket is exactly where it needs to be.
Your win of the 5th race, the 2nd division. Two-year-old filly trot Ohio Colt Racing Association, the Uncle Bobo Memorial for $4,951. Number 1, Can She Can. Jeff Nysonger gets his first of the day, his 5th of the week. Mark Winter's stable, their 2nd training victory of the day, their 4th of the week. Geo Bay Philip of Marseille out of the Dilbert Hanover mare. BW's Jasmine. Homebred. To our stable of Orono, Ohio, Mark Winters trains Jeff Nysonger in the Salkie lifetime mark. 205 for the winner. Can She Can. She returns 220 to her backers, 210 and 210. 145 try, $7.60. Quinella, the exact at $4.
So Can She Can goes gate to wire. Yeah, nobody's.
So he didn't give us that official. We're obviously official.
Yeah.
Doug's getting out of order on me.
Uh-oh.
So where they finish
Here
the
we
5th
go.
with one
Here we
Can
go.
She Can. The winner. Number 2, All About Hope 4. 3, Lemon Ginger 6. The 4, Razzleberry Delight 2. 5, Dublin's Louise 3. The 6, Princess Mission 5. The time 2:05. 32 for the quarter. The half 104 and 2. 3/4 134 and 1. Force 1, 4, 6, 2, 3, 5 on the bottom. 6th race is next.
I was actually around the final turn. I was watching Roy Wilson in our 6-horse Princess Mission. We had zero idea what to expect out of that filly. And I thought she was going pretty good, and I don't know if her legs just couldn't keep up or what happened there, but she was really going well.
Yeah.
So hopefully, though, that was a lesson learned, and she'll come out better next time.
And it's always, I always say, some people say they just run for no reason. Beatty always says, no, there's a reason.
Yeah.
You just don't know it sometimes. Yeah, there's always a reason. So it's hard to tell with 2-year-old trotters.
As always, flipping the page, race 6. We are almost halfway through our card already here this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. It's been a fantastic day already at the Washington Courthouse Fair, Fayette County. Up next, 2nd division of 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Field of 5. Join us back here shortly.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
Cool Winds Farm is one of Ohio's premier standardbred breeding farms. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, jug winner Southwind Aussie, and the royally bred Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm is proud to present our yearling consignments at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 12th, and at the Standardbred Horse Sale in Harrisburg during the Cool Winds of November.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the partial futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Jeremy, do you know who's doing the track right now? Who's in the water truck? Or
The water truck his name is Dustin. I don't know his last name. He works for Mark.
Gotcha.
And then in the truck, I know was Joey George earlier. So I'll have to see when he comes by.
We haven't seen too much speed. We haven't had a need to. Every win has been pretty easy for this set of horses so far. It's only been 2-year-olds too.
Yes.
So of course our aged horses and our 3-year-olds tend to put up those fastest miles, especially this. Oh no.
John Wee's behind the camera now.
He's probably walking right in front of it too.
John, are we having a good day, John? Okay, we can go a little John's had a couple rough days here and there lately, but when he's not needed, that's a good day.
Oh, right.
Yes.
You know, funny enough, so Jasmine Arnold and I are back at Marysville on Monday together, and we were talking, where was I? Wilmington. I was with her, and she's like, most of the time I don't have to do anything, and that's ideal. But she said, but those 5 minutes that I am needed, right, and that is when, in lack of better terms, all hell breaks loose.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm sure it's kind of the same for judges, right? I mean, they have to be, they all have to have their eyes on a swivel.
They do.
Constantly.
Especially here at the fairs, because without OHHA, there's no instant replays. There's no multiple angles to look at. You call the drivers in, hey, what happened out there? And some of them might tell you the truth, and some of them might go, I don't know, I didn't see nothing.
So for the most part, we are lucky because we are such a big state with very heavy harness racing. A lot of our guys, I mean, they know each other, so they're pretty honest because they're going to call each other out too, right?
Yeah. And if they're driving for somebody, they want that person to get as much money as they can. So, yeah. So we got the 6th race coming up, 2-year-old Payson Colts, 2nd division, purse of $5,218. The rail is Zip It My Pet. We'll let Doug introduce him
already
first.
post-parade.
Yeah, that's right. Keep them rolling.
2-year-old colt pace for $5,218. The Keith Haynes Memorial, field of 5. Colton Noble will drive number 2. Carson Conrad to drive the 4. These are the horses. Number 1 is Zip It My Pet. Luke Hanners drives. Here's a 3, Keen Finale with Austin Hanners. Number 2, You Can't Catch This, Colton Noble driving. 4, Haleakala with Carson Conrad. And rounding out the field, here's the 5, Lane Zuma Boy, Shelby Cheadle in the sulky. Win place show.
All right, so the one Zip It My Pet, Luke Hanners for trainer Jim Arledge Jr. J.R. Stables got another one in here for a different trainer. 2 starts this year, had a 4th over at Lebanon and 7th at Scioto, pacing 56-1.
Colton Noble is now going to be on our 2. You Can't Catch This. Christy Noble trains. This is a Bay 2-year-old colt by Catch the Fire out of an On the Attack mare, Ocean Pearl, which I think I remember her. I remember. Is she gray?
I think so.
I think I remember. Anyway, moving on. He has only had 1 seasonal start, and that did come in the Ohio Sire Stakes up at Northfield. He made a break right before the gate and kind of stayed on it for a moment. Did end up 6th with his mile in 1:58 flat. However, he did have some nice qualifiers early on. Brett Miller was actually in the bike for one of these qualifiers. His 2nd qualifier at Scioto Downs. He went wire to wire in 1:54-1. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say he is very much an OSS horse.
Yes.
But probably out to learn a lesson here today.
Keen Finale, the 3 with Austin Hanners for trainer Brett Swartz. Co-owns with Racehorse Express and S. Harrington, New Holland, Ohio. Racing Hill Gelding out of the Santana Blue Chip mare Keen Santana, which I think, if I remember right, Dean Gillespie trained that mare. 3 starts this year, a pair of 3rd-place finishes over at Hilliard and Wilmington. Wilmington did pace 2 minutes, 2/5. Looks like I had a couple qualifiers there, and pacing around 59 some change.
Carson Conrad is now slated to drive the 4 Haleakala. Dustin Arledge does train. This is a gelding by Catch the Fire out of a rock and roll Hanover mare, owned by Sharon Stein-Apple of Findlay and Jeffrey Andrews of Findlay. 2 seasonal starts, has yet to hit the board, but has been trying to figure it out. 2 back was a qualifier at Scioto Downs. Did end up third in that qualifier with 2 Barker in the bike. And 1:59, just now noticed. So Rachel Nemo actually did start Haleakala, and Dustin Arledge, this is his first training start with this gelding.
And rounding out the field is 5 Lane Summa Boy. Shelby Cheadle drives, trains, and owns the Summa Cum Laude black gelding. Well said mare don't speak. Had to start over at Wellston, didn't do so great. I don't know Shelby Cheadle. Do you know anything about him?
I do not. But they were here. Is it a man or is it
Yeah.
It is a man. But they were here for the first card.
Yep. We'll have to.
That's unfortunately all that I know.
Okay, well, we'll check it out and see what we can find out for next fair. So let's send it up to Doug for the call of the 6th.
Feet swings into the stretch, and here they come. And they're off. King Finale sent right to the front. You can't catch this to the outside second. Zip It, My Pet, comes out in third. Haleakala racing fourth. As they move into the turn, off stride, Zip It, My Pet. The early trader is Lane Zuma Boy. Up the backside they go. Austin Hanners, King Finale by open lengths. Up on the outside, Haleakala second, racing third. That's Lane Zuma Boy to the inside. Zip It, My Pet. And trailing the field as You Can't Catch This. By the opening quarter, King Finale, Austin Hanners show the way. Haleakala right there second. On the outside is Lane Zuma Boy along with You Can't Catch This. 30 2/5 around the turn to the 3/8 they go, showing the way. King Finale by open lengths. Haleakala racing second. On the outside, Zip It, My Pet. They pass the stand for the first time. Lane Zuma Boy, and You Can't Catch This. They're halfway home, all alone. It's King Finale. Second, Zip It, My Pet. On the outside, You Can't Catch This. Haleakala fourth. Lane Zuma Boy trails the field. They're at the half in 1:02, and they're all chasing King Finale to the 5/8. Zip It, My Pet is second. Haleakala third. Racing fourth. You Can't Catch This. Trailing up field. Lane Zuma Boy across the backside for the final time. Austin Hanners, King Finale. The 2-year-old big-gutted son of a Racing Hill has the lead. At the 3/4 mark on the outside. 3 wide into the turn. You Can't Catch This. Haleakala third. Zip It, My Pet fourth. Lane Zuma Boy trails the field. They circle the far turn. They're off 3/4. 1:33 3. They come to the top of the stretch in the Keith Haynes Memorial. And no doubt about this, and it's all King Finale and Austin Hanners. King Finale will give Austin Hanners his second winner of the day. Haleakala will finish second. You Can't Catch This. Home third. Fourth, the 1, Zip It, My Pet. Finishing fifth, the 5, Lane's Zuma Boy. The time, 2:04, 1/5.
So he was talking about Colton there having a little trouble steering him a little bit. And Katie's right on top of it, too.
And I say, well, I couldn't. So I saw the 1. Zip It, My Pet made a pretty gnarly break there. Yeah. And I saw Colton. I just looked up in time from the program. I couldn't tell. Did he go on a break at all? Or did that horse push him? I didn't know if that horse pushed him off his feet.
No, I don't.
When that 1 made the break?
It didn't look like it to me.
Okay. Because he was really 3 wide most of the mile. And our first time around, Colton was having a hard time controlling. The horse looks like all the speed in the world. And that is the most aggravating thing when you can't drive them. But did a good job, and he said he's definitely tired by the time he crossed the wire. So Colton did a good job and kept a handful of him. But it was all Austin Hanners.
Yes.
through that entire mile. There wasn't any doubt as long as that horse finished.
So King Finale gets first lifetime win. Doubled his lifetime earnings for trainer Brett Swartz from here in Washington Courthouse. Then the battle was for second there. But we said what? Twice it was 3 wide?
A few times.
Yes.
For not just a quick second either.
No.
That Colton's horse definitely went more than a mile.
Yeah.
He definitely went more than a mile on that trip. But here is Alexis Swartz, so Brett's daughter, coming to catch the horse, and of course her son and her mom in the winner's circle.
And her sister,
I say,
green shirt.
Oh, there's
Aubrey.
There she is.
And Helen's got the 360
Back in front
camera.
of the stands into the winner's circle. You went to the 6th race. Second division, Ohio Colt Racing Association 2-year-old colt base for $5,218. The Keith Haynes Memorial, number 3, King Finale, the homebred. The Brett Swartz, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Racehorse Express, the courthouse. As Harrington, New Holland, Ohio, Brett Swartz trains. Austin Anders gets his second winning drive of the day here at the Fayette County Fair. First for the 3, King Finale, a lifetime mark, 204.15. Results are official. Number 1, Zip It, My Pet, for the 2, You Can't Catch This, 3. Number 3, King Finale, the winner. Number 4, Aliakala, 2. 5, Lane's Zuma Boy, 5. 204.15. 30 and 2, half 102. 3/4 133 and 2. Top down 431 2 5 on the bottom. 7th race is up.
We're halfway done, Ashley.
We sure are, and it's not even 12:30 yet.
That's right.
But next up, I think is a good one, isn't it? If
Yes,
I
it
was
is.
looking forward in the program. Race 7 is the Terry Holton Youth Driving Series. So it is the young guys. I'm going to give it a go. There's a field of 5.
So let's take a few words from our sponsors. We'll talk about these guys and the Terry Holton Youth Series itself.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
All right, checking out comments on Facebook. Mark Reinhardt said he'll have to give Jimmy Byers an A- for that blanket presentation.
Ask Mark where he's at.
He's probably sitting in the air conditioner and watching on the big screen or something. Yeah, so.
Let us know where you are checking in and watching from. We always like to see. I think earlier I saw somebody from Illinois. Of course, we have our many Ohioans on, but I have not kept up too much on.
So Tim Bohannon, you know, he said it's 9:30 where he's at, so keep it rolling.
Keep.
Yeah. We're trying, Tim. Trust me, we're trying. So, yeah, tell us about the youth series.
Oh,
Ashley.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I know because
Okay.
it's newer. I think this is year year 3 for it. So here today, race 7 is going to be the third leg of the Terry Holton Youth Driving Series, named for Terry Holton, which was Ryan Holton's dad. And it was before my time, so I don't know if you remember much about Terry.
Terry gave me my driving test.
Oh, really?
Because you have to do a practical, and we did it here at Courthouse at the fair. He said, harness it, warm it up, go in 240. So that's what I did, and he signed off. Yeah, but Terry was big into getting young people involved, and I think he was an OHHA director or was on the board or something, maybe. Actually, he was at the tail end when I first started.
When you first got going. But today is the third leg, as I said. There are conditions to this youth driving series. You have to be 16 to 29, and you must hold your qualifying license. So I believe once you get your P license, it starts to get like you're starting to age out a little bit and have a little bit too much experience, if you will. So all of these guys are we've got. The youngest we have is 19. That's Ranger Steck.
Yep.
Oldest that we have is David Justice, who's actually no, just kidding. Dawson Cortrell, who I'm not familiar with. That's a new name for me, but he's only 23. So that kind of puts into perspective. These guys are young and figuring out and hungry for it. And what they're doing is, like as I said, this is the third leg of 9 legs with a final at Dayton Raceway that's held at the county fair there in October. They're gathering points. The purse isn't huge. We're going $4,000 though. But they really care about points and making that final. It's all fun and just trying to learn the game.
Yes, get seat time is the way they put it sometimes. It's getting out there, getting the feel of it, and trying to get your foot in the door somewhere.
Yeah. Ryan's wife, Holly, I believe she pretty much sponsors her business, pretty much sponsors this entire series. Okay. She is Right at Home Care. I believe that is what her company is called, and she told me last year she hopped on for the final, so at Dayton for the fair, and she's so blessed that her company is doing as well, and she loves that she's able, because her company is doing so well, to put back in this series here.
Good. So, the one is going to be Winston, driven by Braden Addis, Jeff Nysonger's nephew. That's right.
Yes, that is right.
Trained by Stacy Van Heusen, owned by Charlie Miller. 10-year-old Western Ideal Gelding out of the Kamluk mare Paris Hanover. Has 2 starts this year. This is the horse that was off for 3 years. Made his first start at Circleville with Braden driving in the Holton Series, won. And then was at the Ladies Series there last week at Wilmington with Kiera, finished 3rd.
We are going to gather for the post parade, so I will not get started on horse 2 quite yet. I will let Doug introduce you to the boys.
The horses are on the track for the 7th race. The Terry Holton Youth Driving Series, sponsored by Right at Home Care and assistance at Field of 5. Number 1 is Winston. Braden Addis drives. Number 2, Natural History, driven by Tyler Cook. David Justice drives the 3, Q Cobra Jet. Number 4, Always BGG with Dawson Cottrell. And number 5, Big Bad Whammo, Ranger Steck in the sulky.
All right, horse 2, Tyler Cook in the sulky for Brian Georges. Natural History. This is a 4-year-old gelding by Sweet Lou out of an Art Major mare, Living History. Owned actually out of North Carolina. Steve McDaniel owns this 4-year-old. 15 starts on the year. Still looking for the first seasonal win, but is racing a lot in Kentucky. All the lines I can see are from Oak Grove. 2 wins, or excuse me, no wins, 2 seconds, and 3 third-place finishes to notch about $12,000 so far this year at Oak Grove handful back beginning, mid-May, I'll say. He did time a mile in 1:54 and 3.
Yep. The 3 is Q Cobra Jet. David Justice drives for Hank Levan. Joyce Winter owns the 13-year-old gelding out of Jeremy's Jet, or by Jeremy's Jet. 19 starts this year, 3 seconds and a third, a little over $4,200. Looks like David's been driving him, bouncing back between the Holton Series and the Signature Series. Hank's letting him drive, and I think he works for Hank also.
Yep, he does. This was Q Cobra Jet was his mount last year as well. I think he did all right with him. He did. Always BGG. Dawson Quartel, who is 23 years old, is going to get the drive for AJ Carlo. This is a 7-year-old mare by Always Be Mickey. 16 starts on the year. Hasn't won, hasn't had a second-place finish, but did notch a third, and that came at Scioto Downs. And Fillies and Mare non-winners of 1,000 last 4, and 1:53 and 2. She's put up quite a few 53 miles. Lifetime, she's made $106,000.
Rounding out the field, Big Bad Whammo, the Ranger Steck for trainer-owner Robert Brooks. 8-year-old Big Bag John horse. 18 starts this year, 6 wins, over 24,000. Took a lifetime mark of 51 and 4 at Scioto this year. Raced at Bucyrus with U Series with Ranger driving, but we don't know how he did.
Well, and unfortunately, I don't have the lines. We must have printed our programs just a touch early for those went official and were put up, but we were behind the game, and we decided to take a turn.
Yep. Mutual lines are long.
I did get to meet Ranger and talk to him for the first time at the Urbana Matinee, which would have been very end of May, where he got his first win.
Oh, really?
I can't remember which horse it was with, but he drove 2 or 3 that day, and he won 2. He won 2 matinees, and he's 19 years old, and he is full of life. Let me tell you that. He was all about taking that mic, and he was so much fun to talk to. He made my job easy, and he looks up to Chris Page. He is buddies with Chris Page, which if you know Chris Page, he'll get you into some trouble.
Yeah.
But
so Q Cobra Jet won at Bucyrus Wednesday, and Big Bad Whammo was 3rd.
Gotcha. Well, here we go. We'll see how this group does. Doug for the 7th.
Here they come. They're up and pacing. Steck sends Big Bad Whammo to the front, but he's 3 wide. Caught wide as he moves into the turn. Winston braided at us on the inside, protecting that inside position. Coming out in 3rd, David Justice, Cobra Jet. 4th is Natural History and Tyler Cook, and trailing the field up the backside. Always Be GG and Dawson Cottrell. Down the backside they go. Taking a chuck is Big Bad Whammo and Ranger Stack. They're going to follow the lead of Winston and Braden Addis to the opening quarter. Q Cobra Jet 3rd, 4th Natural History. Trailing the field, Always Be GG. Opening quarter, 29 and a 5th. Front to back, they're separated by 5 and moving to the outside. Ranger Steck's going to waste no time. He moves to the outside with Big Bad Whammo. Winston, the leader. 3rd is Q Cobra Jet. Back in is Big Bad Whammo as they pass the stand for the first time and come on over to the half. Natural History from the back of the pack. Coming to the half. Winston the leader. Out comes Big Bad Whammo. He's first up, 3 wide. Tyler Cook and Natural History into the turn up the inside. Q Cobra Jet. Always Be GG. Halfway home in 1 minute and 3/5. They're on the 5/8 and they're all following. Winston and Braden Addis to the backside. On the outside is Big Bad Whammo. The outside, Natural History. The inside, Q Cobra Jet. Always Be GG continues to trail the field. Across the backside they go with the lead. Winston on the outside. Big Bad Whammo with every stride draws up alongside and goes right on by. Big Bad Whammo and Steck poke ahead in front. Winston is second. They're at 3/4. 1:31 and 1. They circle the far turn. They come to the top of the stretch, and a Terry Holton on the outside. Big Bad Whammo. Winston the inside. Natural History the outside. Q Cobra Jet, and they're coming after the leader. Big Bad Whammo. Will he hang on? Big Bad Whammo needs the line. He's almost there. Big Bad Whammo, Ranger Stack to take the Terry Holton Youth Driving Series in 2 minutes and 2/5.
Ranger Stack cheesing going across the wire. That was
That was
Oh,
interesting.
that should be his first. I believe that is his first career driving win.
Is it?
That
Good.
is. Yep. And he was bound and determined that he was going to be towards the front. Took the long
Yep.
way around a couple times, but that's all right. We got it done. Big Bad Whammo was going to make sure that he was going to give Ranger that win. That's for sure.
Oh, 3 wide here to half, and because the ladies' pace always gives a good race at the fairs, and now these guys are.
You know, I
so-
was actually thinking that. I was like, I know the ladies. We always hear that the ladies will park their grandma, right?
Yes.
But these young guns are thinking about it too. But they did a good job. They really did. We had a lot of movement in there, but they wanted to get their horse in position. And it's all about learning and figuring out for the next stage, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Getting around there with no incidents. That's when I first started. I'm like, okay, can't get in, touch anybody. That was my biggest fear, was running into somebody.
Yeah. And do you still have your qualifying license? Is that what, or do you hold a P?
I got P's.
You have your P license. I'm sure he is on cloud. I'm trying to spot him on the track. I haven't been able to see him come around yet. I'm sure he is on cloud 9. When I saw him win his matinee at Urbana, he was cheesing, and he was 110%. Have the time of his life going across the wire here today.
So I don't see his dad here today.
I say you spent more time on the backside before you got here than I did, but I'm just trying to.
Now my question is, what time did he have his driving collars on today?
What time?
Yeah.
Do you have a story for us?
No, well, a lot of these young guys, as soon as they get here, they'll put their collars on.
Oh,
and
'cause
strut
they're
around in their
excited,
collars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here is Ranger in the winner's circle.
Right at home, care and assistance. Number 5, Big Bad Whammo. The 8-year brown horse by Big Bad John out of the Village Jolt mare, Wild Woman. 7th win of the season. 23rd lifetime for Big Bad Whammo, owned by Robert Brooks. Brooks trains Ranger Steck in the sulky, pacing a mile, 2 minutes, 2/5, through fractions of 29 and 1, 1 minute, 3/5, and 1:31 and 1. Big Bad Whammo, Ranger Steck take the Terry Holton Youth Driving Series.
Looks like we are official. Up on the tote board, paid $5.60 to win, but waiting for Doug to.
In the Terry Holton Youth Driving Series,
There we go.
accumulate points. The top drivers will race at Dayton Raceway, October 8th in the final. The winner, $563, $240. Consolation under try 5 and all. Check your tickets.
So Big Bad Whammo gives Ranger Steck his first win.
I think he's going through it already.
Oh.
Minutes, 2/5, 29 and 1. 1 minute, 3/5, 1:31 and 1. 4-5-3, 2-1 on the bottom. 8th race is up next. It's up in about.
Now this is where I got my first driving win also.
Well, because
here.
this is home, right?
Yeah. Actually, your dad had something to do with that.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me a story.
He asked, I was driving for my Uncle Keith.
Okay, and that who had a memorial here
yeah.
today.
It was an overnight, back when we had overnight races like non-winners of 1,000.
Way more than we have now, right?
Yes. Yep. And we was going 2 heats. Raced the first heat. I finished 4th, I think.
Do you remember what year this was?
1994, I think.
See, I don't have any, 2 heats is foreign to me.
Okay.
You know, so I didn't know how long ago we
Yeah.
really stopped that.
93, 94.
Okay.
So I was still in high school. And, your dad came up to because he drove that horse too, and the horse was about half nuts. That's why I got the driving, because Keith didn't want to. He said, why didn't he leave with that horse? I know he's got some speed. He said, he's liable to stand on his head in that first turn. And your dad said, tell him as soon as we settle on the backside, you tell him to come. Because your dad made the front.
Okay.
And so Keith said, hey, before the quarter, as soon as they all settle, go. I said, okay. So I did, and your dad let me go.
Yep.
And I just sat there, and then I think your dad and Beatty bet on me. I'll be honest with
We
you.
won't tell anybody. That'd be too funny.
Yeah.
Listen, especially because I was born in '98, so it was before.
Okay.
Him and my mom would have been together at the time, but I've heard stories about my dad. He was, he was
Yep. He was.
a good man through and through,
He was.
and no one could ever convince me otherwise. But he had his fun. He had fun
did.
in his day. That's
Yep.
for sure.
But I think he was glad to see me win.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Well, thanks for sharing that,
Yep.
Jeremy. That all those stories mean so much, and they really do. I've lost him, 7 years ago, but we still get comments of like, oh, Dave is one of them. Like, I gave your dad his first horse to train, and like that matters to me. It still does. So thanks for sharing. And we are gonna flip the page now. We're rolling right along. Race 8 up next, the 3rd division of 2-year-old filly trotters. Still sticking with a field of 6. Join us back here after a brief message.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
Back here for the 8th race. I think the 7th must have been a 7th inning stretch because Ashley went to the bathroom, Doug went to the bathroom, everybody was heading down there or getting something to drink. So 8th race coming up, 2-year-old trotting filly. 3rd division, purse of $4,951. Just looking, Ashley and I are back at Sydney together on Tuesday evening for their races. Post time, I think 5 or 6 o'clock. I'll have to look again. She and Jasmine are at Marysville Monday for their card. Then I am at Mount Vernon with Susan Monday evening. Susan's got the afternoon card at Mount Vernon, I think with Tom Pye, the harness guy. And then after that, it's who knows. We're all kind of running around right now around the state trying to get everything covered for you. So Doug's trying to get them together here to Parade the Post. We'll start them out. The 1 is Sizzling Marcy with Jason Beatty. Brian George's trains. Co-owns with his mother, Marianne. Marcel filly. The Chip Chip Hooray mare, Sizzling Chips, a homebred for them. 3 starts this year, has a win, a 2nd, and a 3rd. Took her win over at Circleville. So we're going to flip it up to Doug for the post parade real fast.
The Ohio Colt Racing Association 2-year-old filly trot. $4,951, sponsored by Secure Futures. Dennis Owens, president. Alex Hawk will drive the 2 of field of 6. These are the horses. Number 1 is Sizzling Marcy, Jason Beatty drives. Alex Hawk, the 2, My Geneva. 3, Country Martini, Melvin Schmucker. 4, Ariana Range with Ty Van Roden. 5 is Creatine Doll, Jeff Nice-Songer. Rounding out the field, here's the 6, I'm Out of Range. Trent Thorpe Jr. in her sulky. Horse to take one score and go to the gate.
The 2 is My Geneva, going to make Alex Hawk the driver for trainer Mike Sowers. She creatine filly owned by Mike. Was an $8,000 blooded horse sale purchase. Has a start this year over at Wellston. Finished 3rd with Roy Burns in the bike. The 3 is Country Martini. Melvin Schmucker owns, trains, and drives the What the Hill filly out of the Glide Master Mare Martini Master. She's got 3 starts this year. Last start over at Wilmington, trotted in 2-9, finishing 4th, and then started over at Ottawa and Circleville. So she does stay trotting, it looks like, so that's a plus for her. So I left off with the 4.
With the 4? Ariana Range. Ty Van Roden is still down the drive, yes?
Yep.
All right, Ty Van Roden trains and drives this 2-year-old filly by In Range out of an Angus Hall mare, Ariana Hall. Scott Rooks of Greenfield, and of course, Ty Van Roden of right here in Washington Courthouse do own this filly. She only has 2 lifetime starts, but she's progressively getting better. So her first start was at Wilmington, made a break out of the gate, but at Hilliard, she stayed flat, went her mile in 2:11 and won there.
The 5 is Creatine Doll for Jeff Nice-Songer, Mark Winters combination. Mark co-owns with Benjamin Black, the Creatine Roan filly. I think that's 2 Roans Mark has today. And away we go, Mare Toy Crown. She was a $4,000 Buckeye Classic purchase, coming off of a win at Lebanon, a 2nd at Wilmington. She won her qualifier up at Scioto in 2-2. And the week before that, she was at Ottawa winner.
Our 6th horse leaving from the far outside is I'm Out of Range. Trent Tharps Jr. trains and drives this filly, another one by In Range, but now out of an explosive Matter mare, Shine On. 2 starts on the year. She's made a break behind the gate in front of Bo, so not sure if she's just afraid of it. That happens, right? We're very early on the season, but last time at Wilmington, she only made that 1 break.
Yep.
So, hey, we're getting better every single time, and I'm sure we're just looking to stay flat out here today.
Yep.
She was originally a $6,000 purchase out of the Buckeye Classic.
So we got 2 of them with wins here. 4 of them still looking for their first lifetime win. Not a whole lot of X's on this card.
You
Got
better
one
knock
here
on
and
wood.
there.
There's
I
plenty
know.
around us.
Yes,
Every
yeah.
time we say that, we're going to jinx this group right here.
So Scott Rooks, he's sitting down across from us a little bit. Maybe I can get him over here to talk a little bit. He's been in the business for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. But first, let's watch the 8th field of 6, the 3rd division of 2-year-old filly trotters. Here is Doug with the call.
Here they come. They're up and running. Creatine Doll on the outside. Caught wide as they move into the turn. Country Martini comes out in 2nd. Up the inside. Sizzling Marcy is 3rd. Racing 4th as they race around the turn. That's My Geneva on the outside. Ariana Range and trailing upfield. I'm Out of Range. Down the backside, going to the opening quarter, clearing to the front. As they race across the backside for the first time. Creatine Doll and Jeff Nice-Songer. Country Martini gets that 2-hole trip. Sizzling Marcy is 3rd. Racing 4th. My Geneva trotting 5th. Ariana Range and I'm Out of Range trails the field. By the quarter, Nice-Songer has the lead with Creatine Doll. 33 2/5. Right there, 2nd. Country Martini. Sizzling Marcy racing 3rd. Racing 4th. They pass the stand for the first time. My Geneva trotting 5th. Ariana Range. I'm Out of Range continues to trail the field. No movement is yet to go after the leader. Creatine Doll and Nice-Songer. 2nd is Country Martini taking a peek to the outside. Sizzling Marcy, and Sizzling Marcy will commit first up. Racing next and 4th is My Geneva. Ariana Range is 5th. I'm Out of Range trails. Half of them 106 and a fifth to the 5/8 they trot. Creatine Doll will guide him to the backside, but here comes Sizzling Marcy drawing up alongside. Country Martini is third. Ariana Range up the inside fourth. Fifth on the outside, My Geneva. I'm Out of Range trails the field. They near the 3/4, answering the call. Creatine Doll has the lead, but 3/4 of a length trying to fend off Sizzling Marcy. They move into the far turn. Racing third around the turn, My Geneva. Racing fourth is Country Martini, Ariana Range, and I'm Out of Range trails. 137 and 4. They're going at it on the front end. Creatine Doll's got every call, trying to take them all the way. Sizzling Marcy just keeps on coming after that leader. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Creatine Doll, Sizzling Marcy coming to the line. Creatine Doll, Nice Hunger gets his second on the card, his sixth to the meet. Sizzling Marcy second, My Geneva home third. 2:08, 1/5.
2:08 and 1/5. Creatine Doll hangs on, but I got to give it to Sizzling Marcy. That was gritty.
It was.
She was not going to back down, especially when they first go in. I always get a little nervous because these are young fillies going into that turn if it's going to run them off their feet or whatever. She did not. She looked steady as all get out. I think Creatine Doll just had her, right? But she put in a great go of things. And the last couple trips for Sizzling Marcy haven't been easy. Like, if you take a look at her line, she's been parked out a little bit.
Yeah, she has. Jason's been in a bike each time. I'm sure he's communicating with Brian quite a bit of, hey, here's what we need to do. But, yeah, she looks like she had interference also at Wilmington. Yeah, 3 wide at 3/4 pole, interference in the stretch. And still trotted in 2.6 over there. So, yeah, she's going to be one to watch out for.
Yeah, I think once she, maybe gets a little bit of a break in her
catch
trips.
luck.
I think that she's a very tough filly. She's a very solid trotter. But Creatine Doll, going into this, I did get to watch her at Lebanon, and I thought she looked great there. She's just solid.
Yeah.
She is solid, and she very serious trotter.
Well,
she puts her ears back, and she's business.
I saw that, too, compared to the other winner Mark had, where her ears were up and just kind of looking around. And
all right, so we have Mark Winters Jr. at the head. Well, here's Doug.
Third division of the 2-year-old of Philly Trot, Ohio Colt Racing Association, for $4,951. Sponsored by Secure Futures, Dennis Owens, president. Here's the 5, Creatine Doll. The 2-year-old Rona filly by Creatine. Out of the And Away We Go mare, Toy Crown. Mark Winters, Sabina, Benjamin Black, Union, Ohio owned. Mark Winters trains. Mark gets his 5th training win of the week here at the Fayette County Fair. Jeff Neishunger drives the winner. Jeff gets his 2nd winner of the day, his 6th of the week, behind Creatine Doll. Creatine Doll, 280, 210, and 210. Exacta, 340. 512 tries.
Might just keep that on because he'll run right into it.
Complete order finished for the 8th. Number 1, Sizzling Marcy, 2. Number 2, My Geneva, 3. 3, Country Martini, 5. Number 4, Ariana Range, 4. 5, Creatine Doll, the winner. 6, I'm Out of Range, 6. 208 and the 5th for the winning time. 33 and 2 for the quarter and a half. 106 and 1 3/4 trotted in 137 and 4. 235 416 on the bottom. 9-3.
Here was I almost asked earlier, but I was like, nope, I'm going to sound ignorant. Now I'm going to just sound ignorant. So we saw Junior grab the horse.
Here?
Yeah.
No.
No?
That's Chucky.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, sweet Lord. Never mind. Then I answered my own question.
Okay.
I guess I need to purchase some glasses after this with my OHHA insurance. Look.
There's Junior down there.
Okay. Listen, I don't know. Because they don't even wear the same colors. What was I thinking? Not? Is he? Anyway. So that's why I didn't say anything, because I was going to prove myself ignorant, and I did anyway. But please take us on to race 9.
Do you love horses and the outdoors? There are hundreds of immediate openings across Ohio for caretakers and grooms. Work with these beautiful animals every day. Health insurance, vision care, prescription benefits, and a retirement plan are available to those that qualify. Help care for these beautiful animals. Immediate openings across Ohio. For more information, visit ohiohorsejobs.com. That's ohiohorsejobs.com.
Here we are. Race 9 up next of 12 here this afternoon at the Fayette County Fair, day 2 of 2 here in Washington Courthouse. It has been beautiful, but I can say that because we are tucked under the grandstand in the shade. But I just stepped out, and that sun is blistering hot. I'm trying to pull up the weather here, see how warm it actually is. It is 82 degrees right now here in Washington Courthouse, but thankfully we do not have any storms in the area until we are long gone and done and wrapped up with our racing. Track is nice and fast. We're seeing lots of 2-year-olds here today. I actually thought it was a mix of 2 and 3, but for the most part, we only have 2-year-olds. Our Terry Holton Youth that we have already wrapped up here today. Race number 9 is up next. It's going to be our 3rd division of 2-year-old filly pacers. 3rd of 4 divisions. We've gone for another purse of $4,000. If we take a flip back, we'll see the time that we are aiming for. 1st division went in 2:03 and 4. 2nd division went in 2:03 and 3. And where are we at here? We are on the 3rd. So that's what we are aiming for, is 2:03 and 3. We are scratched down to a field of 5, actually. 1 is a scratch. Rockin' and Knockin' is out. I see a couple horses out on the track. So just 2 of 4. 2 of 4. As we wrap up here today, I think Washington Courthouse is the only fair scheduled to go live, but we will be right back tomorrow at Tiffin as I open my Huff's Guide to give you the lowdown on that. Yep, Tiffin goes tomorrow at 6 p.m. I am not there, but I know Doug Ballinger is announcing up there once again. And Tiffin goes back, of course, on Monday as well at 6 p.m. But I will be at Marysville on Monday at 11 a.m. Jasmine and Arnold and I will be on. Also on Monday is Mount Vernon. They will do their doubleheader cards. First card post time is 1 p.m. and the second card post time is 6 p.m. So, of course, make sure to join us for that. If you are, as we are trying to figure out the Facebook issue this year with our streaming, we apologize. We know that it's different than last year, but thanks as always for just being patient as we trying to learn how to navigate ourselves. If you ever can't find anything, head on over to the YouTube. So the Ohio Harness, wow, what is my organization called? Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association YouTube. The live videos will always be posted there, and it's much easier. I know that it's different than Facebook, but it is very easy to find and much easier to navigate than what is going on with our Facebook issue right now.
Yeah. So Scott's going to come over here.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
perfect. I did not introduce the field, so if you would like to do that before you get talking, it's totally up to you.
All right. So the 1 is out to AVF Felicity with Alex Hawk for trainer Tyler Cook and owner Lucky 5 Stables. Fear the Dragon filly. She's had 3 starts and a second this year. So I am joined now by owner Scott Rooks out of Greenfield. Scott, thanks for. We're going to let Doug do the post parade real fast, and we'll have a chat.
Okay.
Pace. For $4,000, the Kenny Kirk Memorial, scratch number 1. The 2, AVF Velocity, Alex Hawk driving. Jeff Nicehunger drives the 3, Legendary Notice. 4, Little Miss Sure Shot, Carson Conrad. And number 5 is Katie's on Fire, Austin Hanners in her sulky. Win place show.
All right, so joining here with Scott Rooks. He had a couple in today. So tell us about your fillies there, Scott.
Oh, they're a little behind, but I was very proud of how Ariana raced today. The other filly, like I said, she's been brushing a little bit of a knee, so we got to get her cleaned up and take a little time with her. But the Ariana, I thought she did an excellent job for her third start.
Yeah, stay trotting.
Yes.
And Ty will get her. He's got the patience with her. He'll get her.
Yep, and that's what he's
away.
trying to tell me.
Yep.
Be patient.
Be patient. All right. Scott, when did you get into the business?
Oh, it was probably around 2000.
Okay.
I bought a horse up at Little Brown Jug 2 days before he raced called Really Shady, and we won 2 days later.
Okay.
So that was my first horse.
That was your first horse?
First horse.
Okay. Who all's trained for you? I know you've had a few trainers.
Of course, you know your Uncle Keith.
Yep.
He had the good one we had was Red Hot Message. I don't know if you remember, we won the OCRA 3-year-old colt trot that year. We beat Joby Shamrock Kid at Lancaster to win that.
Okay.
And, my first one was Raymond Carnes. That's when we had Really Shady. And there's been a couple other ones. I think Jess has had a few for me, just for a short time. Jesse Boland, and they're all good guys.
Oh yeah, yep. I forgot about Raymond Carnes. That's a name I haven't heard for a while.
He was from Greenfield.
Oh, Have Some, right?
Yes.
That was his big horse.
Yep.
So you said your best horse, Red Hot Message.
Red Hot. He was probably the best. That was a good year, the 3-year-old trot year.
Yep.
We ended up actually after the fairs were all over, we won about 2 or 3 starts up at Lebanon, and then we had nowhere to go, so we sold him out east.
Okay. Then you had to carry the Rosemare.
Yes.
So
she was our favorite. Yep.
she good one. I drove her once.
Yeah.
I was 1-9 favorite. I got beat and I got fired.
That was
You remember that?
Yep. And I think Jeremy, that was his first win.
Was
Jeremy
it?
Smith
Jeremy Smith
on Carrier Rose.
Okay, cool. All right, Scott, I'll talk with you here after the race. We're going to send it up to Doug for the call of the 9th.
And behind the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate. Here they come. They were off and pacing on the outside. Katie's on Fire. Charges the gate and goes right to the front. Legendary Notice comes out in second. ABF Velocity is third, and Little Miss Sure Shot will be the early trader fourth as they race around the turn on the outside. Legendary Notice trying to get to the front will back off and take a tuck for Nicehunger. Having and leading, doesn't want to give it up as they head up the backside is Alex Hawk and AFBF Velocity. 2-hole trip to Legendary Notice. Racing third up the backside. Katie's on Fire and trailing the field is Little Miss Sure Shot. Straight alignment, front to back, separated by 5 lengths. Opening quarter and an even 30 seconds as they race around the turn. Alex Hawk, AVF Velocity has the lead, has it by a length and 3/4. Legendary Notice is second. Katie's on Fire racing third, racing fourth, and trailing is Little Miss Sure Shot as they pass the stand for the first time and race on over to the half. With the lead, AVF Velocity first to move. Here comes Austin Hanners with Katie's on Fire. Still in third is Legendary Notice. The trader now is Little Miss Sure Shot, and Carson Conrad will tip her to the outside. We got 2 in, 2 out. They're at the half, 101 and 2/5. They head up the backside, race across the backside for the final time to the 3/4. 3 parts of a lead for AVF. Coming out to that leader, Katie's on Fire. The battle's on. They're stride for stride. Here comes Carson Conrad with Little Miss Sure Shot. 3 wide on the outside into the far turn. Up on the outside now as they race around the turn. The leader now is Katie's on Fire. Shuffle the last after that move was Little Sure Shot. 3/4, 131 and 3. They come to the top of the stretch in the Kenny Kirk Memorial, and leading away, Austin Hanners and Katie's on Fire. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. AVF Velocity coming after that leader, but coming to the line. Austin Hanners going to get his 3rd winner of the day. This one behind Katie's on Fire. AVF Velocity 2nd, Legendary Notice 3rd. Little Miss Sure Shot will finish 4th. 201 3/5.
So Katie's On Fire gets to win for Austin Hanners. Looked pretty good there. At one point, we had 2 in, 2 out, 3 lengths separating the first and last place horse. So good little race there for a 4-horse field. So we're joined still here with Scott Rooks. Scott and I was talking a little bit during the race. What you've had some wins and stuff. What was your favorite moment in the horse business?
Oh boy, I really think when Red Hot probably won that at Lancaster, because I mean we beat a good horse that day that David Hawk had, Joby Shamrock kid. We were tied, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
because he really, I mean that little horse really went after it that year, and I would say that's probably the biggest win I've had. And then of course really Shady, after I bought him, he won quite a bit too. I mean I've been pretty happy with him so far, especially this year with a couple of our race horses have done pretty good, like with Turn Me Loose. Of course we had Arvin, we couldn't do nothing about that.
Yeah, that was
you're not going to beat him.
No, you're not. So
no.
Then sorry, I lost my train of thought. I've been awake for a little bit.
It's been a lot of fun. I've had to cut back in 19 when I had a massive heart attack, and that cut me back. So I don't get to. That's why I like this that you guys do. That if I can't make it, I can watch it.
Oh yeah,
makes it nice.
That's what we're here for. But so you're more, and I remember you with Keith there. You're kind of hands off. You don't. You kind of let them, the trainers, do their thing. Had you ever get any ambition to jog a horse or anything?
Used to when I was younger.
Did you?
With the Wisemans from Greenfield. That's how I got in. Our family was kind of owners with them, silent owners with a lot of horses, and I would help. When Keith had a lot going, I'd just be the, nurse in surgery. Yep.
Let's send it up to Doug for just a second here.
Your lady, Katie. Greg Luther Racing, Black Lick, Ohio owns. Todd Luther trains. Austin Hanners gets his 3rd winner of the day. 201 3/5. Katie's On Fire. Take the 3rd division of the 2-year-old filly pace. The Kenny Kirk Memorial. She returns 260 and 210. 523 try, 2240. Quinella 1880. Exacta $9.20. Here's the way they finished. Number 1, Rockin' and Knockin' was scratched. Number 2, AVF Velocity 2. 3, Legendary Notice 3. The 4, Little Miss Sure Shot 4. 5, Katie's On Fire, the winner. 201 3/5. 30 seconds. 101 and 2. 131 and 3. Scratch 2, 3, 4, 1 on the bottom. 10th race is up.
All right. So now, if I remember, you had a daughter, correct? She's out of college now?
Yep. She's now a doctor of physical therapy. Married. Her and her husband both are, and live in Michigan now.
Okay.
Yep.
So I was going to ask
she
them.
She used to go to all the fairs with us.
Yep. Does she have any ambition of buying a horse, maybe?
Maybe if we can get her back here.
Okay. Get her involved a little bit.
Get her back to Ohio. I think it's coming sometime soon.
Good.
Yeah. They're wanting to move back here.
Yeah. That's probably better for you.
Yeah. But I've always enjoyed it. It's like to get away from the real estate business. It's like a vacation day that I can just sit and relax and watch them.
I understand, yes.
It's fun.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
All right, Scott. Well, thanks for spending a couple of minutes with me here. We appreciate always talking to people here. And of course, here in Courthouse, I kind of have a few connections.
That's right.
All right. So we'll see you later. Good luck the rest of the year.
Okay. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you. All right, that was Scott Rooks, owner right now for the Ty Van Roden Stable. We thank him for his time. We got 9 in the books. We got 3 coming up. 10th race, 2-year-old colt pace, 3rd division. We'll take a look at these right after a few words from our sponsors.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the Partial Futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
So I learned something. Oh, sorry. I learned something with Scott there. Jeremy Smith got his first driving win on Scott's horse.
I thought that's what I heard.
Yep. So I did not know that. And then I drove her a year later over at Wilmington Fair. Keith had 2 in. He owned the 1. So I got to drive Carrie Rose. We went off 1-9, and I got her beat.
Oh,
Next week I was
that occasionally happens.
Yeah,
all right.
you know.
I was trying to think. Jeremy Smith. How many wins and money? How much money does he have now?
Oh, I have no clue.
Because we keep track of milestones. We try to as closely as possible. And I remember, I don't know if it wasn't this year. Last year or the year before, he had a pretty big milestone that he hit.
Yeah.
But, again, this is when they all start running together, especially with the guys at Scioto, because that's not where I'm at most of the time anymore. That kind of, I can't remember. I guess that's what USTA is for, right?
That's right.
Have we talked about our outrider at all today?
We've mentioned her a couple times. There when Colton had that one horse that was
we did, yep.
having a little trouble. She was on top of it. She's waiting for him there in the far turn.
That is Katie Hartman. I don't know how old Katie is. Do you?
Ooh, no.
She's picked up a handful of fairs, and I feel like every year I'm seeing her more and more and more. This is a newer horse, at least to me. I only know her Gus, her little paint, because he's hard to miss on the track. But Jasmine, when I worked with her at Wilmington, said that she believes this horse, doesn't know the name either, so we'll have to, I guess, go back and ask Katie for some details. But she thinks this was off of Northfield's track.
Okay.
So horse, by far, knows what he's doing. Of course, we know that Katie knows what she's doing.
Yes.
Was she here on the first night, too?
No, she was not. She might have been scheduled Wednesday.
And then the rain out.
Or I know her mom raced a couple horses, so they may not have had room for him.
Gotcha.
So that happens every now and then.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. Logistics of it all.
Looks like we are going to gather for the post parade of the 10th. This is the third and I think final. But yes, final division of the 2-year-old Colt Pacers, a field of 5. We should have a driver change on the 1 because Kenny Holliday has not joined us at all today, but I do not have it. Do you?
Nope.
So I guess Jason Beatty.
For the 10th race, the 3rd division of the 2-year-old Colt Pace. Listen for 5,218. Sponsored by Lebanon Citizens National Bank, a field of 5. Number 1, Uncle Charlie D. Jason Beatty drives. Number 2, GPA Carson Conrad. The 3, Alma Mater with Dylan Fagan. Here's the 4, Reef Top Cruiser Austin Hanners. And number 5, GC's Legend, Kristen Myers in the sulky.
We've been moving along pretty well all day, but I'm going to assume we might pick up the pace even a touch more just because we should be kind of on the back end of warm-ups, right? So we'll go ahead and take a look at the 1. Jason Beatty now listed for Fletcher Davis, Uncle Charlie D. This is a brown 2-year-old colt by Fear the Dragon out of a Rock and Roll Heaven mare owned by Jennifer and Fletcher Davis of Greenville. No starts at all and no qualifiers, so we don't have too much to go on here. However, this Fear the Dragon was purchased for $4,000 out of the Buckeye Classic.
The 2 is GPA, Carson Conrad, and the bike for trainer Steve Carter. Summa Cum Laude Gelding, the Yankee Cruiser Mare Artful Dancer. owned by Jake and Jay Mossbarger, Steve Carter, and C.P. Gallagher from Arizona. One start this year, a condition race up at Scioto. It went in 53. He paced his mile in 54 and some change with Austin in the bike.
Alma Mater is the 3, Dylan Fagan in the sulky for Brett Schwartz. This is a summa cum laude out of My Lady Dude, an American Ideal mare owned by Tim Schwartz of Las Vegas, Nevada. There are 2 seasonal starts. He did hit the board in his last start out at Wellston. Tried to cut the mile, ended up 3rd. Went 2:09.1. Final quarter in 33.2. But as Jeremy stated earlier, that track might have been a little off.
Yeah. The 4 is Brett Schwartz's other entry, Reef Top Cruiser. Austin Hanners in the bike. Owner Steve Sexton, Yankee Cruiser gelding, has a start this year over at Hilliard, finished 3rd, paced mile 2:04 and 4, then had a pair of qualifiers pacing in 59.
GC's Legend will lead from the 5th post position. Christian Myers, another young guy in the bike. Kevin Mee trains and owns. This is a 2-year-old gelding by Bit of a Legend in out of a Mach 3 mare. Was a winner in his only per start at Wellston. Went in 2:03 flat on that day.
Coming off the pace there and won that one.
These are all younger guys. Of course, we know Austin. He's full-time. He's professional, right?
Yeah.
But this is a group of young guys, except for Jason Beatty.
I say, yeah, no, Jason's not young. I love talking to Jason, but I cannot understand him, and he talks so soft. I'm hard of hearing anyway. I just, yep.
Listen, before we get to the gate, have you told any cop stories yet today?
I have not.
Listen, we've got a couple more races. We might have to rack your brain, start thinking about it.
I'll see if I can think of a clean one.
At least you're honest about your job.
Yes.
But here we go from the rail out. Uncle Charlie D, GPA, Alma Mater, Reef Top Cruiser, and GC's Legend, the 3rd division of 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Here we go for race number 10.
They're up and pacing. That's GC's Legend on the far outside for the lead. GPA, Carson Conrad between horses. Reef Top Cruiser, the field of Pacers into the turn. Coming out in 4th is Alma Mater, and trailing the field is Uncle Charlie D. On over to the opening 8, they going up on the outside. Reef Top Cruiser, Austin Hanners grabbed the lead. GPA now will get the 2-hole trip, but not for long. Carson Conrad's got to want the front end, and he's going to get it. Reef Top Cruiser gives way 2nd. Alma Mater 3rd. Uncle Charlie D 4th. Racing 5th. GC's Legend trails the field through an opening quarter and 30 3/5. Race around the turn. GPA has the lead and has it by a length. Racing 2nd. Reef Top Cruiser, a break of 2 to 3 lengths to Alma Mater 3rd. Racing 4th is Uncle Charlie D. On the outside, GC's Legend trails the field. Passing the stand for the first time, they come to the half. GPA with the lead. Reef Top Cruiser right there. 2nd race is nose to helmet. Alma Mater is 3rd. 4th is GC's Legend. 5th and last, Uncle Charlie D. They're halfway home in 102 2/5, and they're on their way to the 5/8, and they're all chasing. GPA across the backside. Reef Top Cruiser next. 3rd is Alma Mater. 4th and closing quickly is GC's Legend. Trailing the field, Uncle Charlie D. Midpoint of the backside, GPA there by 2. Reef Top Cruiser 2nd, Alma Mater 3rd. GC's Legend to the outside, 4th, trailing the field, Uncle Charlie D. They're into the far turn. The leader, GPA. Racing next is Reef Top Cruiser. 3rd on the outside, GC's Legend. 3/4, 134 2. Alma Mater on the outside. A little better than 1/8 of a mile. GPA has the lead. Coming to the outside, Austin Hanners. Reef Top Cruiser coming after the leader, GPA. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. GPA. Reef Top Cruiser on the outside. On the line, GPA. Carson Conrad. Reef Top Cruiser 2nd. Alma Mater 3rd. GC's Legend will finish 4th. The mile 2:04.
They came home good.
They
Did
did.
you? And I say I have the 3/4 in 134 2. They slowed way down.
Yeah.
Final mile in 2:04 flat. GPA Carson Conrad. If I take a look back, That is his first win of the day, but the second on the week here at Washington Courthouse. And Stevie Carter, that is same idea. First of the day, but second on the week.
Okay. They played a little hardball the first quarter, didn't they? Let go and come right back.
They really did, yeah. I will say, though, so Carson, I don't know if he drove at all last year. He's not a name that I was familiar with. So he's newer on the scene. We've seen him a lot here recently with Stevie Carter.
Yep.
But regardless, he has been put on some nice mounts, but he's doing such a good job with them. I wanted to comment on that because even though like it's easy to be a bad driver and make a good horse look bad, right? It is. And I know he's had some nice mounts, but he's been smart about it. Like he's let the dust settle a little bit. Like he's figuring out.
Doesn't rough up a horse.
Yes, right.
That we've seen so far.
Well, there's all. Listen, we've got our best of the best sometimes that still do that nightly at Scioto Downs, right?
But you know something my uncle always said? Delaware.
Yeah.
It brings out the best in the horses and the dumbest in the drivers.
Yeah, everybody wants to win at Delaware.
Yes.
Everybody wants to win, and you'll cowboy a little bit harder than you probably should sometimes there. But it makes for great racing, and that track is just the cherry on top, right?
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Carson. Carson slowly but surely coming around. Just 20 years old, has his P license, though.
Division, Ohio Colt Racing Association 2-year-old colt base, number 2, GPA. 2-year-old bay got a son of Zuma Kalade. J.E. and J.M. Mossbarger, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. S.M. Carter, Londonderry. Pete Gallagher. Steve Carter trains Carson Conrad in the sulky. Home winner, 204. Fractions of 33, 102 and 2, 134 and 2. In the winner's circle, Gene Parks and Matt Runk representing Lebanon Citizens National Bank. The winner, 340, 210 and 210. Consolation 2-4 all on the try, 940. Quinella 2-4, 320. Exacta $8. Here's the way they finished. Number 1, Uncle Charlie D5. 2 GPA, the winner. 3 Alma Mater, 3 4 Reef Top Cruiser 2. 5 GC's Legend 4, 204 the winning time. 33, 102 and 2, 134 and 2. Top down reach 5, 1 3 2 4 on the bottom.
The Mossbargers in the winner's circle for this one. I don't know if we caught all that. Regardless, sorry, we were half listening to the changes in the next race. But anyway, we did get to see the Mossbargers in there for GPA because it says Jay Mossbarger. I'm not sure which one that would refer to.
Actually, it's both of them, Jay and Jake.
Where does it say that?
J.E. and
Oh,
J.M.
sorry, they own, yes, but I didn't know which one was down as breeder as well. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Wow, our eyes are really starting to go on us, aren't they? Here I was mixing up Mark Winters Jr. and Jockey Bolin. Oh, but anyway, it's a good day to have a good day. We're going to turn it next into race 11, the 4th and final division for $4,000 of 2-year-old filly Pacer scratched down to a field of 4. Join us back here shortly.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
Make summer memories this year at the Ohio County Fairs. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association will be live streaming every race this year, and we want you to be there. Be a part of the excitement with the 2025 Ohio County Fair Racing Passport. Stop by the OHHA broadcast location in the grandstand to pick up your passport and stamp. Get stamps at every fair you attend. Prizes will be awarded to those that attend the most racing programs. Get your passport at the first fair you attend or call the OHHA office at 614-221-3650. Harness Racing, the fastest ride at the fair.
All right, back here for race 11. Ashley wants a cop story, so.
I want all the cop stories all the time. That's
and
why you do what you do and I do what I do.
That's right. So I got to censor what I put on air and stuff, just because some of the stuff is, yeah. I've told the stories to Ashley, but it was about 6 years ago on Easter night. It had snowed, so we had dusting of snow on the ground. I get a call to my $1 million homes in the township I was in, female knocking on the doors. So another deputy gets there first, and we get there, and he's like, hey, she's drunk. I said, okay. I said, where are you trying to get to? I'm trying to find my friend. Okay, where's your friend? She had a set of keys with her. I'm like, she's drunk. Where'd you wreck your car at? No, I'm trying to find my friend. Her phone was dead. I'm like, all right, fine. So another deputy, he's driving around the neighborhood hitting the panic button on the key fob, trying to get the alarm to go off. So I get her phone charged up a little bit. She calls her friend. She says, nope, she dropped a pin or whatever that's called.
Oh, yep, on your maps or whatever.
So I radio everybody. Everybody's out there now because we had nothing going on. I said, follow me. This is where she's at. And she said, well, it's – I said, what are you guys doing out here? She said, well, my friend's working.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay. I said, is she a stripper or a paid
What happened
individual?
to censoring these stories?
Well, I censored the second part, okay?
Right.
And she says she was the first. I said, okay. So we get there, and something happened. I'm like, okay, you guys aren't going to talk to each other. She had a ride, somebody coming to pick her up. So we get there, and beautiful girl comes out of this house with these two guys that were in their 70s. So I'm like, okay. I said, what? I need her stuff, her purse, her jacket, whatever. I need to, somebody's picking her. Can I talk to her? No. You guys can sort it out later. She's drunk. Just not deal with it. So they're getting her stuff. And they said something to me, and here's the story of it. She said, they said something. I'm like, look. I looked at her and the two old guys. I said, I know what's going on here. And the only thing I see illegal is she's probably not paying taxes on tonight's income. Turned around and walked away.
The one bad thing about our broadcast is you don't ever see our faces.
Yes. Oh, I've dropped Ashley's jaw I don't know how many times. Especially the one from the other day.
You just have to be, yes, the other day was questionable. How long did it take you? Well, we're going to go to the post parade, but I want to know how long it took you to, have this stone personality to deal with some of these people.
Patrick Massey Memorial Pace. Jason Beatty to drive the one, scratch number 3, Dancing with Gators. 11th race starts the first half of the late double. These are the horses. Number 1 is Catch the Cruiser. Jason Beatty drives. The 2 is Zuma Diva with Carson Conrad will be out shortly. 3 is Scratch. 4, 2+2 Austin Anners. And 5, Midnight Moon Dance. Clayton Piper in the sulky. Scratch of 3, Dancing with Gators. Zuma Diva will be out shortly. They'll take one score. They're going to the gate in 4 minutes. Win, place, show.
So,
Continue.
I've done this for 18 years now. And first 10 years was in the jail, and that was a culture shock to me.
Oh, I didn't know that about.
Yeah,
okay.
before I got to the road. And then I learned from a good guy, a good sergeant. He taught me how to be a cop and stuff. And I'm always professional. When I address guys, it's always Mr. their last name. And I don't know if you've ever caught it or not. I always call you Miss Ashley.
No, I don't think I've ever. No, I don't think
like
so.
your mom, it's Miss Kimberly. To me. It's always Miss and the lady's first name. I don't want to say it's Mrs. in her last name because then it sounds like you're calling them their mother-in-law,
yeah.
and that may not be a good thing. So I try to stay professional at all times, and, we're criticized enough as is. So I just try to do that, and, yes, there's a couple times I've lost it. I've snickered or something, but for the most part, you just have to think in yourself, maintain professionalism. You don't want to embarrass this people or make fun of them or make the agency look bad.
Right.
So
and
that's
sure exposure just over the years, like,
oh, yes.
You've been there and done that. Like, this is not new. This
No.
is not. This is about the third time this week
No.
that I've dealt with these people. So,
yes.
I was gonna say something else. Cop stories.
And I've got all the rookies, so now it's
okay.
me talking. They're like, "Can you say that?"
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I can say that. You can't.
My aunt, my mom's sister, was not an officer. Well, she was a corrections. She was
Okay.
corrections in a women's prison,
Mhm.
and she said she did that that was how she got started.
Yeah.
She retires next year from the state, but she does like all the intake paperwork now. She said you could not get me to go back to a women's prison.
Wow.
But let's go ahead and take a
Okay.
look at race 11, going back into our harness racing today. 4th division of 2-year-old filly pacers. Jason Beatty on the 1, Catch the Cruiser. Ron Gillespie trains. This is a Catch the Fire out of a Yankee Cruiser mare. No starts. Not too much to base this one off of. No qualifiers either. Just a $6,000 purchase out of the Buckeye Classic.
The 2, Suma Diva with Carson Conrad for trainer Steve Carter. Willard Taylor. Steve Carter owns the Summa Cum Laude filly. 4 starts, 2 wins, and 2 thirds coming off of a 3rd place Stallion Series finish at Northfield.
3 is a scratch. The 4, Austin Hanners up again for Brett Schwartz. 2+2. This is another Catch the Fire out of a sports rider mare owned by Hired Gun Racing of Washington Courthouse, Racehorse Express of Washington Courthouse, and B Lyric. I'm going to say that's probably of Leesburg, Ohio, which is not too far away. We have 2 starts with 1 win that came back at Wilmington. Wire to wire and 201 flat.
And the 5, Midnight Moon Dance for Clayton Pfeiffer. Bobby Carter owns and trains the Well Said filly. She's had 2 starts with a win, coming off a 4th place finish in the Buckeye Stallion Series. So 3 really nice 2-year-old pacing fillies in this race.
Here is Doug with the call, the penultimate, race 11.
Bibberoff pacing 2+2 goes right out to the front. Midnight Moon Dance comes out in 2nd. Zuma Diva 3rd. Catch the Cruiser 4th. Into the opening turn, racing on over the opening 8th and up on the outside. Midnight Moon Dance to the front end for Clayton Pfeiffer. 2+2 will get that 2-hole trip, but Austin Hender's going to want the front end. And 2+2 goes right to the front. Midnight Moon Dance is 2nd. Zuma Diva 3rd. Catch the Cruiser trails the field 4th. Straight alignment as they race by the opening quarter. 2+2. The 2-year-old Bay Philippa Catch the Fire leads the way into the turn. Racing next, Midnight Moon Dance. 3rd, Zuma Diva trailing upfield. Catch the Cruiser, 31 seconds for the opening panel. Around the turn to the 3/8 they go. 2+2 shows the way. Midnight Moon Dance racing 2nd. Zuma Diva 3rd. Catch the Cruiser trails the field. Passing the stands first time. Coming on over to the half. 2+2 by a length. Midnight Moon Dance right there 2nd. Zuma Diva 3rd. Catch the Cruiser trails the field 4th. They're halfway home and 2+2 has them past the half and 102 and a 5th. Phillies are on their way to the 5/8 and 2+2 with the lead. Midnight Moon Dance. Here comes Carson Conrad. Zuma Diva first up, now 3rd, now 2nd on the outside. Catch the Cruiser trails the field. Cross the back stretch to the 3/4 they go. 2+2. Zuma Diva on the outside. Midnight Moon Dance. Catch the Cruiser moves to the outside. They're into the far turn. 2+2, 3/4 on the board. 132 and 3. Midway round the turn. 2+2, but 3 parts of a length on the outside. Zuma Diva coming after that leader. Catch the Cruiser is 3rd. Now trailing Midnight Moon Dance. They're at the top of the stretch and they're on their way home. And the battle's on. They're stride for stride. But on the outside, it's Zuma Diva. Zuma Diva, Carson Conrad's second winner of the day. The mile 2:02, 1/5.
Good race there.
It was. That was a group of nice fillies, and we
was.
didn't even know what to expect out of the one. But maybe with Ronnie G down as trainer, we should have.
That's what I was thinking,
It
too.
wasn't going to be a one that he was just going to throw up in there. But that was a nice race. 2:02 and 1 to take our fourth and final division of those filly pacers. And I want to say, was that our quickest? I think it was. I think 2:03 and 3 was second. The 2:03 and 3 was the second division. The third division went in 2:08.
Right.
Yeah, so that was
Yeah.
by quite a chunk of time there. 2:02 and 1 takes our fastest division of the 2-year-old filly pacers. And listen, I was just talking. Carson Conrad
Yep.
gets another one.
Did you see Clayton all over Austin's helmet?
Oh, I would
here at
say
the
he had
half?
his hands full. He
Yes.
really did.
He-
I noticed that too.
He might have took a little bit out of that mare. Well, Austin stung him going in the turn there, then backing him up a little bit there at the half. So
I say, really, I mean, again, looking at lines, like there was not a shabby. We just didn't know what to
No.
expect out of the one, but we saw a nice performance
Yes.
today. There was not a shabby horse in there. A couple of horses, well, our winner did take that step up and was third in the Buckeye Stallion Series. The 5 was fourth in the Buckeye Stallion Series. And 2+2 was still a very nice horse. And she's just been at fairs this year, but she's, hit the board. She's had a win and a second in her 2 lifetime starts.
Yep. So hopefully she's gathering enough points to make the fair final with her.
We got a long ways to go before the fair final, but it always
Yes.
hops up on you quicker than you think.
Now who does all the stats? Susan?
Susan, yep.
Yeah, she can have fun next few weeks.
Yeah. Susan is very good about keeping those updated for us. If you ever have any questions about standings, they are always going to be available. Maybe not the most recent update. Susan, because we are out at fairs and things of that nature, we can't do them every single day, but she generally does it at least once a week for OSS, BSS, the whole gamut. She's very great about that. If you ever have any questions, she will answer them. But they're available on the OHJ website. Here's Carson in the winner's circle for yet another time.
Zuma Diva. Teal Bait, Philippa Zuma Kalade out of the Drag It Again mare. Here's Maddie Kelsey. Homebred, William Taylor and Stephen Carter of Ohio own. Steve Carter trains. Carson Conrad drives the winner. 2:02 and a 5th. The winner returns $4. Exacta. Quinella, $3.80. Try. Consolation, 2-4 and any number, $27.40. $27.40. Number 1, Catch the Cruiser 3. 2, Zuma Diva, the winner. 3 was scratched. 4, 2 plus 2, 2. 5, Midnight Moon Dance 4. 2:02 and a 5th. 31, 102 and 1, 132 and 3. 3-1 scratch, 2-4 on the bottom. 12.
There we go. I do not have any changes for the 12.
No.
And it is the 38th annual D.E. Mossbarger Fayette County Classic, sponsored by our breeders, Midland Acres. A very nice purse, $10,000. When we come back, I'll have to open up my Huff's Guide and see the conditions, because it looks like this is all 2-year-olds.
It is, and it's all Fayette County bred.
Well, like I say, I don't even have to open
Nope.
the Huff's Guide because I've got Washington Courthouse beside me here. But join us back here. We will introduce you for the field of 5 after a brief message.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Back here for the finale, the 38th annual Donnie Mossbarger Fayette County Classic, sponsored by Midland Acres. So the conditions on this race is the stud has to be in Fayette County.
So he stands here.
Yes.
And, of course, it doesn't mean you can't have a homebred, but do we only have Midland Acres in Fayette County?
We do now,
okay.
Yes. When this started, we had Midland Acres. We had Fairchance Farm there on 62.
Yeah.
Lakewood Hills out toward Wilmington. It was a training center where Jeff and Curly Smith started out at, and my dad. They had a couple at the time, and then they also opened it up when Dan Ader had Firm Belief down there, standing him stud. So they kind of opened it up a little bit with him. When this race started, it was huge. We had multiple divisions. And then they'd go
for a final.
Go for the final. And then the winning driver, the local car dealership who Dave Ogan owned horses all of his life, they donated a Cadillac, brand new Cadillac, to the driver for use for an entire week.
Really?
Yep. And then after I'm wanting to say it was Brad.
Brad Hanners?
Yes.
No.
The amount of miles he put on that thing in a week. Yes, driving everywhere and stuff. Then they're like, yeah, okay, we
can't. We can't.
They started doing good used cars, but yeah, they stopped with the new Cadillacs.
Too funny. I wonder if that really was Brad that did it. And here we have, I think Austin. Yeah, Austin's right on our one horse.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Doug's trying to post parade. There we go.
Yep. John hollered at him.
For the 12th race, the 38th annual D.E. Mossbarger Fayette County Classic, sponsored by Midland Acres for a purse of $10,000. These are the horses. Number 1 is Shake and Rock, the driver Austin Hanners. Number 2, Sando with Dylan Fagan. Be So Fine with Hank Levan. Jeff Neishunger drives the 3, section line JR. Number 5, Bingtown Dragon, Jason Beatty in the sulky. Field of 5, take 1, score, and go to the gate.
Has it always been a pace? Do you remember? It has always been a pace.
And it was always Colts, but then they opened it up to fillies.
And really, 3 of our 5 are fillies here today. So we'll go ahead and take a look. Our 1, Austin Hanners, listed for Mark Winners, Shake and Rock. This is a filly by Summa Cum Laude out of a Better's Delight mare, owned by Mitchell Bean of Sabina. This is the very first start. We have no qualifiers to go off of.
The 2, Sando with Dylan Fagan for trainer Brett Swartz. The Pet Rock filly owned by the Feelin' Frisky mare Shakin' Frisky. Mitchell Bean was the breeder on this one. Private sale to Hired Guns Racing. Actually, Mitch Bean still owns part of it. And along with Racehorse Express. 3 starts this year. Pair of third-place finishes over at Hilliard and Wilmington. Pace a mile 2-1-1 at Wilmington.
Me So Fine. Hank Levan trains and drives this filly by Me So Fast out of a Western Terre mare, safe from Terre. She is really shaping up to be a nice, fair horse. 6 seasonal starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and 1 third-place finish. She's made over $10,000 already. Last start out at Hilliard was a second-place finish. She did get nipped at the wire in 2:01 and 4.
The 4 is Jeff Nysonger and Section Line JR. Mark Winters trains for AWS Stables. Mark co-owns the Summa Cum Laude Gelding. 4 starts this year, 2 seconds and a third, a little over $2,300. Third last start at Lebanon, second before that over at Wilmington.
Our 5, Jason Beatty in the bike for Ryan Miller, Beantown Dragon. This is a Fear the Dragon out of Ace of Pace, a Cam Card Shark mare owned by Michael Goldberg Racing of Massachusetts. Had some tough luck at Scioto Downs and just was out of the money, but before that was really going a mile. She's had 3 lifetime starts with 2 wins. They both came at fairs at Circleville and Ottawa. I mentioned she had some tough luck at Scioto, and just a 2-year-old non-winner is a 1, but that mile went in 1:54 and 2, and she timed hers in 1:55 and 3, so she can go. We're not really questioning that, though, but we've talked about in the last couple of days the company, and that one was just a little tough.
Talk about companies, Section Line Junior, JR, Scioto, 2-year-old colts, non-winners of 1 pair mutual, 52 and 2.
Yeah. Yep,
So.
and that's normal now. And
Yeah.
he still won his mile in 55 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things aren't going slow, right? None of these horses are dropped in here because they can't make it. It's just so wicked hard anymore.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting, this first turn. The 3, front end speed. The 4, front end speed. The 5 shows leaving. Then you got Dylan on the 2. He may throw a wrench into everything. I think Austin with the first lifetime start probably threw him in just to make the 5-horse field. So, but hey, guaranteed, what, $500?
Right. These are all an acres stands, but these are all nice producing studs as well. Fear the Dragon, Summa Cum Laude. This is his first year. Yes. Second year.
Yep, first crop.
Again, everything runs together. And they're coming on strong. Pet Rock, of course, we know. Me So Fast, I'm not as familiar with. But regardless, right?
Nope.
We don't stand them if they weren't worth standing, for sure, especially at Midland Acres. But here we go, the 12th and final. This is the 38th annual Mossberger Fayette County Classic, a purse of $10,000, a field of 5. From the rail out, we have Shake and Rock, Sando, Me So Fine, Section Line Junior, and Beantown Dragon.
Fayette County Classic, sponsored by Midland Acres. 10,000 on the line, Shake and Rock, Sando, Me So Fine, Section Line JR, and Beantown Dragon. Here they come. They rough and pacing. That's Me So Fine going for the lead. Section Line JR between horses. Beantown Dragon on the outside. Sando comes out in 4th. As they race center the turn, Shake and Rock is the early trader. On over to the opening 8th they go. Upon the outside, Section Line JR to grab the lead. Me So Fine now second. Third on the outside, Beantown Dragon. Jason Beatty's going to the front end. Sando is 4th. Shake and Rock trails the field 5th. To the 3/4 opening quarter they go. Beantown Dragon up on the outside. Section Line JR is second. Me So Fine racing behind those 2 leaders. Opening quarter, 29 seconds. Racing next is Sando. Trailing the field, Shake and Rock at the 3/8 mark. He passed the stand for the first time and come to the half. Beantown Dragon, Jason Beatty on the front end. The 2-hole trip, the Section Line JR and Jeff Nysonger. Third, Me So Fine and Hank Levan. Next and 4th, Sando, Dylan Fagan, and Shake and Rock and Austin enters. Trail the field, they're halfway home, they're into the turn. Beantown Dragon has them home at the half, 59 and 3 to the 5/8 they go. Section Line JR, Me So Fine is next, Shake and Rock is 4th. A distant 5th is Shake and Rock. Across the backside they go. Here comes Jeff Nicehunger and section line JR. Beantown Dragon, and here comes Me So Fine. Hank Levan from third, moving up on the outside into the turn. Section line JR. Up the inside, Beantown Dragon to the outside. Me So Fine now third and closing in. Sando, Shake and Rock, 3/4 and 1/30 and a fifth. They come to the top of the stretch, and section line JR has the lead. Beantown Dragon is second. Me So Fine is third. Sando is fourth. They're off the turn on the outside. Section line JR coming to the line. Section line JR to take the D.E. Mossbarger Fayette County Classic. Two minutes and 4/5.
2 minutes and 4/5. Is that our fastest of the day? We've had a couple 2-minute miles, I thought, but I think that might have been our.
May have been, yeah.
Might have been.
Because this is all 2-year-olds today.
Right.
So.
Smoking. We did have a. Did we have a 2-minute mile? And maybe it was 2:02 technically for our Terry Holton youth, but we're gonna give it to this group because the Terry Holton youth are all aged horses.
Yeah.
They are not young guns by any means. That was a nice mile, a very wicked opening quarter on this track. 29 had a little bit of a breather going to the half. They came to the half in 59 and 3, but man, they just kept chugging along. And I thought the 4-horse was going to be done there for a moment when Jeff pulled him back out, and I was like, he tried, and then I thought he was going to start walking backwards, and he didn't. Yeah. He dug in. That thing dug in.
Jason would let him clear going to the 3/4 pole, and I'm like, is it going to hang on or not? And so
I heard. So we might have, and I say we're not going to go probably official really quick. We have a possible pylon violation on the 5, Beantown Dragon. We're kind of tucked. The way this grandstand is, like, we can't really see the full track by any means, so I'm not going to even try to attempt on where that occurred. Yeah. Here is Jeff, though.
You went to the 12th race. The 38th annual D.E. Mossbarger Fayette County Classic.
The pylon.
Sponsored by Midland Acres for $10,000. Number 4, section line JR. The 2-year-old bay goat son of Zuma Kalade out of the Major and Art Mare, section line Aqua. AWS Stable Lima, Mark Winters Sabina. Mark Winters gets his 6th training win of the week. Jeff Nicesunger's 3rd winner of the day. Section line JR. Homebred. Harold Bowder. AWS Stable and Mark Winters own. 2 minutes, 4/5. Fractions of 29, 59 and 3, 130 and a fifth. Members of Midland Acres trackside with a presentation of the Midland Acres blanket to the 4. Section line JR. Mark Winters connections and winning driver Jeff Nicesunger. The mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. Big thank you to Midland Acres. Have a complete rundown momentarily.
So, good meet for Mark Winters, Jeff Nicesunger.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy, for doing the blankets. He did a very good job. Say we'll keep an ear open, an eye out, whatever you want to say for that official rundown. Possible violation against the 5 currently, so it'll just take just a moment. But it was for Mark Winters, had a very nice meet. So did Jeff Nicesunger, right? Mark today had 4 wins to make 6 on the meet. Jeff Nicesunger notched 3 today to make 7 on the meet.
Cool. So
Austin Hayner's had a good day.
Did he?
He did. He won 3 of them.
Okay.
He did not win in any of the first go, and you asked if they were competitive, Luke and Austin earlier in the card, and he was bumming that his brother put it to him on the first day, but he redeemed himself.
Yeah, good. Well, so you are at Marysville Monday with Jasmine.
I am, and that is a 11 a.m. post time.
Okay, I'll be sleeping then.
You gotta say you're probably gonna go home and go to sleep.
Well, I work Sunday night.
Do you work?
I took tonight off because I knew I was gonna do this. So then I got to go to Mount Vernon Monday night with Susan, and then we're
Sydney. We go back to Sydney. Yep.
Yep.
And I think we both have tomorrow off though. Tiffin, goes at 6 p.m. Okay. I do not know the team up there. I know Doug Ballinger's announcing because we're sending him with a piece of equipment to take back up there to Matt. So I'm sure Matt is probably shooting. Maybe Susan. Again, some days I open my calendar to see where I'm supposed to be, and that's about as far as it gets.
Yep.
Tom and Doug. Oh, so I lied. So it's, yeah, because it's Tiffin. So it's probably Bill Peters announcing.
Okay.
So probably Bill Peters announcing. Here's Doug, though, with the final. I thought.
We haven't posted odds yet, or the payouts yet, so.
Just kidding. What was I saying then? Bill Peters is probably announcing at Tiffin. That would make sense. But then Doug and Tom Pye, has to be Tom Pye on air for Tiffin. 6 p.m. tomorrow. Here's your reminder as we're waiting. If you cannot find us on Facebook because we are navigating issues and system changes that are far out of OHHA's control, always head on over to our YouTube channel. Those are live. You can still comment and interact with everybody. And if you have a smart TV, it's a whole lot easier to pull up and leave the races going.
Yes, it
all
is.
day instead of hopping in and out if you do that on Facebook.
Yep.
Here the odds are official. Paid $9.40 to win. So we should be getting the rundown from Doug here momentarily.
Yep. They took him down then. The 5 finished second.
Did,
yep. So.
Here's your complete order of finish for the 12th. Number 1, Shake and Rock 5. 2, Sando finished 3rd place 2nd. 3, Miso Fine finished 4th place 3rd. The 4, Section Line JR the winner. 5, Beantown Dragon finished 2nd, placed 4th for racing inside the pylons after the 3 quarters. A mile 2 minutes 4 fifths, 29 seconds, 59 and 3, 130 and a fifth. 5, placed 2nd, placed 3rd. The winner placed 4th on the bottom, the winning time, 2 minutes 4 fifths. Well, that wraps it up for Saturday afternoon harness racing program. And
well, Ashley, it was fun working with you again.
We'll see you next week together. We'll at least be together next week.
Yes. Yep. For a couple hours anyway.
Yep. We'll start to get a little bit smaller cards from here on out as just we keep splitting and have more divisions and more fairs.
Yes.
So reminder, Tiffin tomorrow at 6 p.m. From all of OHHA, I'm Ashley Daly. Thank you for joining, and we hope to see you trackside real soon.